Hi, welcome all to the GGHL post-deadline playoff preview podcast. We're going to go through the East today, and we want to go up, top down, or bottom up?
Top down will be more fun, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So first in the West are the Capitals. They're kind of sick, I feel like, right?
Yeah, they're kind of sick.
Maybe a little bit.
Let me see what stats I can pull up for them.
I have a feeling it's going to be
It's going to be really good, right. All right. So Washington, I have them at first in offense, fourth in defense, and 16 in net, but that doesn't include the fact that they added Rybakov.
They had one hole. They had exactly one hole, and it was goaltending, and they got Rybakov, who was insane in the playoffs every time.
And they fixed it. And it's like, oh, shit. Well,
I think Washington is the clear, big favorite in the East.
Fuck the East. I think Washington is the big favorite, period, for me. I have no clue how this team is losing, unless it's like Rybakov gets hurt or some shit.
I'm scared of the Avs post-deadline, but that's tomorrow's thing.
I'm scared of the teams I'd be most scared of. We'll get to this when we do the West, but it's the Avs, the Sharks, and the Caps. The Caps are horrifying to me.
Yeah,
they scare me.
I remember looking at the season previews for the NHL, and I think the Caps had one of the best players for every single category, and now they've added Rybakov, who is I think second on goalie tier list or whatever.
Yeah, no, they're stacked. They have guys playing. Fucking Sandin is playing out of his mind. This is his best season by a mile. He's
36. What?
36, and now he's 8 AVR, almost point per game, 8.17. He's crazy. I don't know.
Yeah, he's also been mid forever. Now he's just oh yeah, I'm 36. I'm really good.
I'm just sick.
I mean, it was just Vancouver purgatory because he was on Dallas, then Vancouver for a long time. He was on bad teams.
I mean, he was sick back on Toronto back in the day, but that's also 2024, 2025,
Yeah. And he's 36, so you'd think, theoretically, their defense core doesn't look as good as it's played, because before the season, I was like, yeah, Sandin is your number one left defenseman. He's not that good, surely.
And Robin Gula was an addition this offseason, right? Right.
Was an addition. They had guys like Norlinder. They're stacked. Their offense is so scary. Specifically, my God, that
Brendan Koiser for breakout of the year. I mean, Buddy is at 70 points in 70 games, 43 goals, 221 shots. Before this, his career high was 29 points.
I definitely intend to nominate him.
How do you go from 43 goals from 29 points in a track record of 5 NHL seasons before that?
Yeah, he was barely able to get a spot in the lineup forever, and now he's really good.
Yeah, looking at their center depth is it's horrifying. If you look at their team, at least my AGM has Wright as their 5th best center on their report.
Yeah, same.
Likewise.
It goes McNeil, McKinnon, Cottle, Rattle, Wright.
Mine has the exact same.
What the fuck? Rattle fine. Rattle's a role player, 4th liner, but Jesus Christ.
Something also to notice with the Caps is that their goaltending depth. They have Rybakov, Murda, Celestin. So not only are Rybakov is solid now, Murda for the future, and my AGM has Murda as 2nd for their goaltending depth. So already above Celestin, who was a very capable NHL goaltender.
Murda might go AWOL again because he's now in the minors.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is Murda's I don't know. Maybe he has 20 ambition or some shit, but he will. I'd be shocked if they can hold on to all of these goalies after this year.
Yeah,
I think
he
they're
flipped
gonna have
shit.
to move one of these.
Well, Murda is signed to a front-loaded extension, and Celestin has only got one more year left. So I think Celestin is probably the one that's out.
Yeah, I don't think you're worried about that at all. But you have Murda and Rybakov in net.
Oh no, Celestin, the 908 goalie, is going to leave. I'm so sad.
Right,
he's completely league average. Oh man,
league average is 895.
Looks like they added a first, second, third pair defenseman, and then first line center, and first really good goalie.
Yeah,
They already have a
there's-
strong forward group, so
They don't need. They have a very good prospect pool for the fact that they're as good as they are. Really, like they could.
Yeah, they
flip
have
a lot of these
Rossignol
guys.
coming up.
Yeah, that guy is really good. I really like Signal. Like they could keep him, have him just step in, play center, or flip.
I
him.
would keep him. I tried to get him already. I offered him a lot of firsts.
As Jordan said earlier, like the top ranks at the beginning of the season, like a lot of the top prospects were Capitals players or Capitals players that weren't qualified simply because he lost power because of a hurricane.
Yeah, my
Yeah.
God. No, they've done great. They were bad for a while. They were rebuilding. They did fantastic. Like perfect rebuild. A plus, right? No complaints. They're nailing it.
Yep.
All right, so what next to the East?
Yeah,
Montreal.
not too much. Yeah, not too much more to say about Washington. On to Montreal.
I'll let you guys go first, and then I'll chime in afterwards.
I think Montreal's amazing except goalies.
Yeah, I'm not sold that Kirkby is as bad as he's been. To be fair, like he has been very bad. He's been about as good as Gagan has. Like for example, like it's rough. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's like as bad, and he does have big games, but he's not high con, and I think he's probably just like an unreliable goalie. He could be 921. He could be terrible. You never know.
yeah, with a build like that, he could be amazing. But especially if he has big games. But I don't have that, so I don't know. Yeah, he looks good, but he played like shit.
Yeah, and LDP, who was theoretically supposed to shore it up, he's been mediocre, completely mediocre. So
He's been better than Kirkby though.
that's really not saying much, though. He's what, like a 908 LDP is
910.
Great, incredible. That's
Yeah.
that's what you're getting as like a top of the league contender. It's so disappointing because that center core is crazy. I think Leonov is like one of the best wingers in the league. Like that guy.
Yeah, for sure.
So jacked. What the hell?
What's crazy is LDP is like normally a 920 season goalie and then sucks in the playoffs. And this year he's not even doing well in the regular season.
So will he get worse in the playoffs? Like, is he going to be like an 8-70 and completely tank Montreal?
Well, he's normally like an 88, 89 in the playoffs, like around there.
I have no clue who I'm going to start game one. No idea. None. Like, I know Kirkby has the big games, right? So I'm like, well,
Drew,
we go playoffs.
Listen to me. I know you should start game one, okay?
long
Long
PP.
PP.
I think Tierney's got it, you know?
I think I'm.
Tierney's
assuming
played
long
a
PP.
Stanley Cup final game, you know?
Yeah.
Had
Oh
a
man.
terrible season in Detroit. What the fuck?
What, long PP? Are you telling me that's a terrible player? No way.
He had an 8.49 in Detroit.
Oh my god. Okay. Sub 6. All right.
Yeah, as a goalie, what?
How the fuck?
Like, it's impossible to be sub 7 as a goalie. Like, every goalie, like, what?
You gotta be so bad. Yeah, you really gotta be so bad. All right. Damn. No, I don't know. The thing with Montreal is I have concern that they could end up like last year Buffalo, where they just get goalied. Like it's just a huge goalie diff.
I got goalie last year, too.
Yeah.
If you get goalied, my advice is don't trade away 4 first-line centers right after.
I won't plan to trade for first-line centers, you know, but, you know, that might happen at some point.
You
Maybe
have
2,
4
but
total.
not 4.
Right. 1 or 2 of them.
Yeah. My God, though. Like I'm rooting for you, Drew, but it's
I don't have any. The thing is, I don't have any assets. Otherwise, I would have gone out and grabbed a Rybakov
Yeah,
or whatever.
I was just gonna say it doesn't look like you like went for anything. Kind of, you got a goalie, which is good, I guess. But
pick wise, I have a 5th this year. That's all my picks this year, and then I have a 4th through 7th next year, and I don't have a 2nd that I can trade at all anymore because I've traded all of my 2nds through 2040, and that's 4 years away.
Yeah. I mean, you got LDP pretty cheap, though. But I had no interest on him, and the goalie market was so flooded. I was like, I got to sell, like for this if I want to trade him.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm pretty sure it is just to have faith in Kirkby. Like, surely he can do this. I don't get why he's not. I know
That's kind of where I'm at with it. Is like, I know you can. You have the ability to do this. Just do it. And like, I don't know, something since his like UCL tier that he had against that Jets that he kicked him out for like 4 months. He hasn't been like above average since that. That's the thing that really scares me because like the playoffs.
You should coach
right after
report
that.
him. Get the coach.
Yeah,
report
coach
and
reported. See if his injury is a concern or not.
Do
Yeah,
that right now.
anything. Just check.
Also, physio report him.
You're 100% right that since that injury, he was gonna be my Vezina nom or my Vezina vote that year that he got the injury. He was so good, and then since then he was mediocre last year, and he's been bad this year. So
Both my physio and my head coach have no concerns and are over the moon about him.
oh man, I don't know. Like,
I don't know.
surely he figures it out, and if he figures it out, yeah, you're scary. You're very scary. It's like
Something that,
defense.
like, my theory is that I am on pace to set the goals record in GGHL history, breaking my own record from last year. Again, this year, I think my team is so offensively oriented with, like, all of the goal-scoring only wingers I have that the chances that they let up are, like, absurdly, like, high danger. That's my theory. I have nothing to back it up except for, like, you know, all of my wingers that I have are high goal-scoring, have no defense. But that's just a theory I have.
So you think that maybe there's just a lot of like bad defense going on?
Not from the defense, that's the fact like there's a lot of odd man rushes we'll go with.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause, like my
okay.
my shot metrics are like one of the best in the league. I just don't know why. My you know.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff just has to go in. I don't know. But you can
Yeah.
also check your goalies, like see if you have one that has iron nerve or something like that, or good on one-on-one.
Do you have a goalie coach in your staff?
I believe I do. That might be something I have forgotten, but I believe I have one.
You
Yeah, I
have
do. I have Eric
better
Elwood.
Oh.
Eric Elwood has been acting as my goalie coach. He's not
Yeah.
20.
Pettersson.
Fucking, that's nice.
All right. So what? Who's next? Are the Rangers?
Right. The Rangers.
All right, so New York, I have them. Let me go back to my spreadsheet. I have them expecting to finish 6th in the league overall with 114 points, and they are playing at a 114-point pace right now. I mean, there's only 10 games left in the season, so like there's not going to be much variation in that. But I have them as a 6th best offense, 7th best defense, and 10th in net. I'll let you guys take it away.
I don't think they're 10th in net. I think they're a lot lower.
That's 10th is, these guys are overperforming. Like, they're not good.
Yeah.
I'm shocked your metrics have them in 10th because their goalies are like 906, 907.
They're
It really
10th
hates-
at 904.
Oh man, I think it's because they have the thing that's good for the regular season, bad for the playoffs, where they have the 1A and the 1B, and they're basically the same goalie. Shishikov and Hayden are both 906, I think.
Yeah, they don't have a backup bringing down their stats on your metrics, but they don't have a starter either. They just have two like mid goalies. And I think they might like win a round, but they're not they're not like a cup contender to me. They're not gonna win the cup.
Looks like Chistikov is a sieve in the playoffs. Like he's just terrible.
Yeah.
But his other guy has played one round, I think, and he did pretty good. So hopefully he goes with Hayden.
Yeah, I mean, optimally, Hayden does something. The thing is, they grabbed Eichel, which I think was a good fit. They needed centers. They're a team one of the many teams that, like, yeah, they could step up their centers, and Eichel was a good fit. I mean, they fumbled the deadline. They were working on, like, 3-4 deals, and it just ran out of time. Because they were playing too slow.
Were they with you? Did they try to get the
One
centers
was
from you?
me, one was Edmonton, one was Toronto. They were working on 3 deals, and they just ran out of time on all of them.
They didn't get any done. How do you know what the Edmonton and Toronto ones were? Did Logan tell you or something?
Logan said they were deals with Edmonton and Toronto. I don't know what they were. I think, unless I'm delusional, I'm pretty sure he was working on Edmonton, Toronto. It was 2 Canadian teams and me, because I know he was inquiring about Dry with me the whole time.
Also, the whole
Because he never got anything done, and his team's good. I like Teddy McDonough a lot. He's like I think he's one of those wingers like Levis and Michkov, where he like does not need a center and is just amazing and actually worth money. But like, I like they're a good team. They got Danielson. I like him. Sabres legend. I like
Canadians
Bo Clark.
legend. Canadians legend.
Yeah, Bo Clark, Canadians legend. I like. Oh, Jack Eichel is really good. Pinelli is really good. But like their defense is good. But like they don't have like an elite center, and they don't have a good goalie at all. So I feel like they're like a max. Like maybe they'll get to round 3 by luck, but they'll probably lose round 2.
I wouldn't necessarily be shocked if they got upset. In the hypothetical that Carolina held on to Rybakov, I would actually have picked Carolina, but
For sure.
We'll get to Carolina eventually.
Oh, yeah, I don't think Carolina beats them, but maybe. But I definitely don't think they'll beat whoever they like. If they have Washington round 2, they're just swept.
Yeah, I don't even think it's close. That they don't have they're almost there is the thing with them. I don't know how close they are to the cap, but they're almost there to be like a true contender.
Yeah.
Just
well, they were so bad for so long, and then they were like good all of a sudden, and I didn't see it coming really. I thought they'd be shit for longer, but so I think they're still ahead of schedule.
Yes. No. This is fine where they are. This is totally fixable. They can not even fixable. Just they can take this to the next level and be contenders. But this year, it's not quite there yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
All right. The Rangers' likely 3 playoff opponents are one of the following: Carolina, Columbus, or New Jersey. Do we think they beat any of those?
I think they beat Carolina for sure. Because Carolina's worse than they look in their standings. Columbus, maybe it's like 50-50. In New Jersey, I don't know, maybe 50-50. Like I like Bedard.
Yeah, Bedard. I think Bedard is such a mismatch against literally any of the Rangers, please. Like, he'll just get 10 AVR in the series and win constantly.
The thing is, Columbus and New Jersey both have a star to carry them, or the Rangers are just like good all around, and I kind of like the star power more.
Star power.
Like Hammerlaw, to me, is gonna shit on like whatever plays in net for the Rangers.
Like I guess
something I just noticed is that the Rangers have Bo Clark as my GM has the Rangers has Bo Clark as their 6th ranked center. 6th.
Yeah, that's because they have so many defensive guys though, which are like should be playing wing, and they're fine. They're good assets, but they're not like Nils, Lassinatti, and Jens Church aren't like that good. They're just like role players.
Yeah, I was interested in these guys when we were negotiating, but it never came through because these guys are your standard high CA defensive guys. They're still special at their core.
And the top ranked center for me is Johnny Brandt, who's he's a very high PA defensive center. Like he's a great 4th line center, otherwise like a 1st line winger, but he's not like Bo Clark is better than them. Yeah.
No, absolutely. Their report is a little bit of a scam just because they have 3 defensive centers. Realistically, they're good centers. Like, what are they running? I assume it's like Clark, Eichel, Pinelli, Brandt?
It goes like Eichel, Pinelli, Clark, Lassinatti.
Okay, same difference.
They have
really.
Brandt and who's the other one? They have Brandt on the wing, and they have the other one scratched. Jens Church. Jens Church is not even playing, so... I would probably be playing Jens Church as a winger, though.
Somewhere, yeah. He seems like he has a winger build. Yeah, Hammerla, the thing... We'll get to it. Hammerla has historically been terrible.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. That's... that's fucking terrible. What the fuck? He's 3-16. What the fuck? Okay, well, they'll probably be Columbus then.
We'll get to it. Hammerla is
a
complete playoff fraud.
So since we're already talking about next teams, Florida, right? So my model has Florida at currently at 96 points, playing at a 109-point pace expected to be finished at 110 points. For 8th in the league overall, they have them at 9th in offense, 5th in defense, and 9th in net minding at a 905 collectively with all their goaltendings.
How are they 9th in net minding? What the fuck?
There's a lot of really bad
goals. Eliasson's at 891.
Oh,
and he's played 28
backup,
games. Right? So, that's the thing. The team stats
are... the starter.
So, starters, that's why part of the reason why I made the goalie stats earlier. Was that Askarov currently is 6th in wins above average and 1st in the save percentage amongst all qualified goalies.
Yeah, Askarov is fantastic. The thing is, he got hurt for like a pretty long time.
Wow.
I'm pretty sure. So they've
Yeah.
way more, and that's cost them some standing points. In the playoffs, who gives a shit? There's still a giant.
I love Florida, actually. Like, they have less points than the Rangers and Canadians, and I like them more than both teams. Like, to me, if it's not Washington, it'll be Florida. This team is great.
Yeah, I mean, their offense, man, it's pretty scary. And Askarov behind it, that guy's scary. He's like that guy. He's one of those guys. He can totally.
Any team with Askarov, and if you have Askarov below the age of 35 and you trade him, you're an idiot automatically. Like, you just should not. He's like a goalie that good is the most valuable asset in the game.
And that young.
Absolutely. I agree with that.
And that young,
your
for sure.
Massies, your Askarovs.
If he's old and you trade him, it's whatever. You know, you don't need him anymore because you're rebuilding and he won't be alive when you're done. But like, if he's young, you're just dumb to trade him. Like, he's
because what team rebuilds
invaluable.
for 15 years? You know, unless you're the Maple Leafs. You know.
Yeah, if you're trying to be the Maple Leafs or like the real life Sabres, then go ahead.
What a goal!
Yeah, the Anaheim Ducks in GGHL. Go ahead.
Oh man, the classic. Yeah, the thing, Florida really interests me. The thing is, Lambert is like a kind of fake center. He never does how you want him to do at center.
Is he playing center?
Yes, they haven't played C right now.
Haven't playing C.
Not
He's
bad.
been playing C all year and doing like just fine. So,
but he's not like. He looks like he should be fucking insane, right? He's one of those guys. He looks like he should be getting like 7.7s Rautialit here, but
I mean, they added Lapierre at the deadline, and he's for sure a first-line center, just not like elite.
Yes.
And Lapierre also got 5 assists in a game just now.
I think Florida follows the Colorado model, basically, where they just have so much depth. Like, how do you... Their 4C is who? It's like Aho, I guess? Really?
My AGM has
they're running now are Lapierre, Lambert, Lundell, and Aho. Shear is on the wing.
Holy fucking Christ. Like, my God.
Yeah.
They have the Konovalov. He's really good. They have all these guys. Man, this is a scary team. Yeah,
Florida tried to trade for Suomela as well, but he wouldn't offer me as much as the Avs. So if they had Suomela, though, imagine. Like,
fucking Christ. Yeah, what is that depth, right? That center depth? My God. Konovalov is going to get paid after this year, though. His contract's up, so
I told him that unless Konovalov was in the deal, I was not going to take it because he had first Lee Scheidegger and Skylar Dumbass in the trade.
Yeah, his prospect pool is pretty decrepit, so he couldn't really.
Dumbass does not look good to me, so I was like, nah.
Isn't he like low con? He's like 5.
No,
5 anticipation.
He's got low ant and creativity, but he's 5-star with a good comp. Like, he's definitely some good regen. He has no con problems. He just has he has big games. Like, he's a good player, but I don't take guys with less than like 10 ant and cre. So I just don't have interest.
Yeah, I feel like low creativity works, and anticipation this low is so rarely successful in my experience on forwards, especially. Lapierre was the good consolation prize, though. Goddamn. If that's your consolation prize, well done. They did what they could with basically an empty prospect pool. They picked up Lapierre and Creasy. Like, that's okay. Center depth, D depth. Bravo. That's a deep fucking team. They're going to be hard out.
Columbus traded Hendrix Lapierre and Sebastian Aho for a first and a second.
Oh,
that's a good trade for Columbus and for Florida.
That's so nice. I feel like it's really good to take advantage.
I'd pay a first and a second for Hendrix Lapierre straight up, not Hendrix Lapierre and Aho. You know, like that's
the thing
extra.
Is, a lot of these teams, like I would like this, Columbus is like this, where they have these guys in 1-year contract, they're UFAs, and they're not even really trying to compete. Like, they'll sell them to you for anything, really.
Yeah.
Give them assets, they're okay.
They kind of did what New York wasn't able to do, and they picked up like so many good players, and almost everyone of them has made an impact. So who knows what's going to happen in the playoffs? They look a lot stronger than New York, but the
thing is, they're in the what I'd say is I don't know. Actually, the divisions are a lot more even this year. We'll see. Their first round matchup, we'll get to it. It's Detroit, and that's not an easy team.
No, that is not an easy team.
And speaking of, that's the team we talk about next, 5th in the East, Detroit Red Wings. Oh, look at that transition right there.
That's a good transition. Detroit has Dubois, so anything is possible. That's how I see it.
Yes.
Very fair.
I mean, my God, this
They have
they're scary, man.
they have a good roster actually too. Like
no, they're third in their division, and they're really scary. Like Florida, Detroit, first round is so painful because one of them has to go, right? One of them has to get eliminated on that.
Yeah.
But my God, neither of these teams deserves to go first round for real. These
No.
are both really well-built teams that scare the shit out of me.
Florida, or not Florida, sorry, I'm still stuck in the past. But Detroit has Matthews, Cohen, Suzuki down the middle. Rico Peter, I don't like that much, but he's like a talented player. And I mean, on the wing, they don't have any bad players on the wing. Like the depth is good.
Man, Rico Peter, what a... I guess his role is just that bad.
Yeah, he's a winger right now too, and he's not playing well.
They've been playing wing, and he's still 6 AVR. Like, he's terrible. I don't know what's
Yeah,
wrong
Rico
with him.
Peter is like a high PA. He went top 3 in a draft.
First overall.
Did he go first overall, legit, or just on the game?
I think in game. Let me see what he actually...
I think he actually went first overall.
He went 4th. He was ISS 1, and he went 4th.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's like an ISS 1 center with no con problems. Like, of course you pick him, and it's just like so sad what happened to him. Like he just sucks.
Yeah.
It's
To be
like,
fair,
fuck.
to be fair, if there's a good consolation prize for San Jose from this draft, it's that this is the draft where they got Rautiala 28. So
Yeah, that's the real first overall right there. That's the best
your
player.
guy.
Yeah.
Peter is what they thought Rautiala would be, and Rautiala is what they thought Peter would be. Well, it works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, this team is scary. I think the only thing with them is I don't adore their forward depth. Like, I really don't. I think like one injury and they're kind of in trouble. They got to depend on like Liliamo again, and my God, he was terrible this year. I don't know if any of you noticed, but he was very.
They have good players, but like they don't have like those guys that are just like fillers with like 15 shooting, 6 and everything else, and then they like suck in the playoffs because they're not actually that good, but then they can like carry through a season. They don't have that, but they have like Matthew Samoskevich is not a good player. He's an okay player. Like
They don't
Raymond
have
McCarthy is kind of one of those fakers. He's probably good, but like I don't know. You can lock him up in the playoffs. I feel like I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But they have Dubois, so it's like doesn't even fucking matter. They could be.
My God, though, Dubois Askarov round 1 is kind of what it looks like. This is dire.
Yeah, Titan matchup.
Jesus Christ, going to score 2 goals in that series combined.
They don't have a single point per game player, and their highest point producer is Raymond McCarthy at 61 points in 72 games.
Yeah, that's a problem though, because he's like not a line driver.
No, like that is my main concern with Detroit is their offensive depth. I think their defense is great. Dubois is obviously like a top 3 at worst.
I mean, Matthews is on this team too, and amazing still.
Yeah, they have that top end. They really do have that top end, I think, but they need it's an interesting problem because their problem is the most fixable. It's their wings. But
yeah.
I don't know how much longer Detroit randomly went from like a rebuilder to a contender with not that long of a window because Matthews is.
It was like a trade deadline.
Yeah. He
trade
was just
deadline
like
pickup and
he was. I mean, he's got Brian Van Horn on the first line right now with Matthews and McCarthy. So it's like playmaker, amazing franchise center, other than McCarthy. So McCarthy is clearly just feeding off the center and a playmaker. And then the second line is Spicer, Cohen, Kvist. And Spicer is a playmaker. Cohen is a playmaker. So Kvist is kind of also benefiting there. And then the bottom 6 is all like 2-way and grinders with like McMichael at center.
Their bottom pairing or the bottom after 4 is pretty weak on D side too.
Yeah. Yeah. They're not that deep. Like they're really just not that deep. And yeah,
Gabe Velarde's their 4C with a 6.36 AVR, 9 speed, and 8 acceleration.
Yeah, Gabe Velarde is
$4 million.
terrible. Besides that.
Like, just compared to Florida and New York and Montreal, Washington, their defense alone is not. It's just not like you don't have those 5, 6 guys that are just like all pretty good, all green down
Yeah.
backs.
Yeah, they lack.
Yeah.
They lack depth on D2. You're totally right. Yeah, our guest star Ososos is correct indeed. That they should probably spread out their two-way players. Their bottom 6 of only two-way guys is probably. I mean, that's where they're not scoring from, right?
Yeah, they should have like, I feel like they have Thomas Novak, fourth line winger. He's not good, but he's a good role player. You put him in the top 6, and he could really open it up for your like Matthews.
Yeah, does Van Horn, Matthews, Novak sound really good? Like that sounds really good to me. That's
I would go Novak, Matthews, McCarthy because we
That
want the
might
goal
work,
scorer
yeah.
still.
True, yeah, you
Like
do.
because
still.
is Matthews a goal
Matthews
scorer?
is a
or-
goal scoring center, yeah.
Okay,
So
then
is
yeah, then we could go Van Horn. Yeah, we could go Van Horn, Matthews, Novak for sure. On the top, on the first line, and then the second line, you got Cohen still, you got Kvist still, and just put like Permalis there instead of Spicer. And then
Yep.
Spicer can feed McMichael with Samoskevich still, and then I don't know, find any way to get Gabe Velarde out of the NHL.
Yeah, fuck, he's terrible.
Yeah.
I'm shocked they didn't. Well, maybe they did look. I'm actually not sure, but they couldn't pick up.
Did
an
Logan
upgrade.
say anything about the Red Wings deadline? I don't know what they tried to do.
I don't think they did too much. I don't actually know what they snagged. Permalis. I know.
Oh, you
that.
know what? Actually, he was in on Suomela and Nemec, but wasn't even like really close to trading for them because, like, he approached me like he was like, yeah, closer to the deadline, I'll take a look, and then I was like, well, I have a good offer right now. Here it is, and he was like, oh, okay, that's too much. And then it happened again with Nemec like the day later, because it would have required him to trade one of his center prospects, which he is refusing to do, which is fair. Like I probably would too, because they are the future of his team. Like I wanted Frank Vinyl from him.
Yeah.
But he didn't want to do it and just kind of backed out. So I think this deadline he was kind of just too conservative to do anything because he didn't want to part with his best assets, which is like fair.
They acquired Sergachev, though, for a third and a prospect, or like a prospect that was a third. But they're only playing Sergachev on the third pair.
Yeah, they snagged a couple guys around their deadline pickups were Suzuki. Mikhail
Suzuki.
Tottenham.
Suzuki was a good pickup for them, but he's not playing well.
Yeah, he's been bad.
He's scratched right now.
Suzuki,
1
Tottenham,
goal and 13 points.
Sergachev, Permalis. That's their deadline pickups, really, which is good, but like the way
Sergachev's
Suzuki
good.
has performed is like a huge letdown because they picked him up. That's 10 million cap. They could
Play
have.
Yeah.
Playoff
Well, he should be
Suzuki
good.
is crazy. Like if you look at
He
his
should be
playoff
playing instead of
stats-
Velarde. What? Like
Yeah.
Suzuki could play on the second. Oh, I guess Colin on a second line, Suzuki third line, because he's also better than McMichael. Look at McMichael with those physicals. I don't know. I would put like Permalis up on the second line, and then Spicer, Suzuki, and like someone. Antal, Gabriel Antal. He's a good like complimentary guy.
They got options for sure. It's just I think they are in a little bit of a scary depth situation. I think that's their main. That's probably the main reason I would pick Florida over them. Is just
Oh,
Florida's
yeah.
depth is better.
I would
And
also pick Florida, but I mean, you never know with Dubois. Like, I mean,
you never do. Yeah,
Dubois can just Dubois people.
yeah. It's that's a very sad first round matchup for whichever team loses. Really, that's two
Yeah.
really nice teams. It's a
Yeah.
shame that one of them has to go out. Probably, unless
Speaking
Florida
of-
can beat Montreal, and that's a shame that one of them goes.
Yeah.
I mean, if he's got all that depth, you might want to throw one of those two-way guys back on defense there.
He could.
He could. Speaking of Dubois, he was traded to Detroit by Carolina, who is the next team up on
on
the.
our list. All right.
We got the segues today. Not bad.
Let's see. So
Carolina's terrible, aren't they?
Yeah, Carolina sucks ass, dude. They are not gonna go far. Like it's a first round sweep type of thing.
Let's hear the stats of how they were. And
they were.
But
Right, I
far
understand
now.
they aren't as good as they were anymore, but before they were a 105, 106 point team with a top 10 offense, a top 10 defense, third in net minding.
And now their goalie is Marc-Antoine St. Pierre, and they have like 6.
You and I both know very well how well that works.
he's not a number one goalie. It's like St. Pierre and Zimmerman, and Zimmerman looks good-ish. He looks okay.
Zimmerman's playing okay, like 9-14. Definitely, that's good enough, I guess. But like, he doesn't.
That's also
He's
7
not gonna
games. You know.
Yeah,
It's
it's 7 games, and he's not
An
gonna have a
8
playoff series.
He's an 894 in the ECHL. You know, I don't understand why you think that's going to translate into NHL success currently.
Yeah.
You know, maybe in the future, but this very season, if an 894 goaltender in the E, it's probably not.
Probably.
Right?
Yeah, Carolina's going all D, which is I respect, but it's hurting the team currently in their transition phase.
Yeah, they're transitioning. Yeah, apparently Zimmerman is Grubauer with the mid-con, so he's fine. He's like, Grubauer was probably, 165?
I don't even remember him at all. Who had him? He was on Seattle, so he would have been a part of the dispersal draft. Oh, no, yeah. Grubauer was really good. He was... The Senators had Grubauer and Dreger.
Yeah.
They also had Matt Murray.
Seattle.
He was really good, actually, so Zimmerman might be really good, but...
He's already 25, however. There is that.
Yeah, well, the
Always
Frederick
take a while.
Anderson regen didn't even come close to the PA he had. Like, Frederick Anderson was good in this DB, and he never... The regen is Christian Anksher Nielsen, who was awful, and now he's in Dallas AHL. So this guy might also just, like, not his PA, because he's not close to it right now, and... It's 25, so who knows? I mean, he has like 3 or 4 years though to hit it. Maybe he will.
Yeah, God knows. This could be a good future asset. Cobran is obviously a good future asset. They drafted another goalie who I really liked last draft, Totro. I think this guy is not bad. They have assets, but they're obviously pivoting to do the full D strategy, and that means their team right now is kind of terrible. Like they scattered a lot of assets. Their goaltending's bad. They still have guys like Morant and Trandafilov is good, and Seiler is what a strange player Seiler is, really.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
They haven't gotten any good D yet, so they're full D with bad defense. Like Hunter Blue, what is this guy doing?
Oh man.
My AGM has their top left winger as Gleason Keith, who I don't have fully scouted, so I can't even tell their full attributes. And I just find that humorous.
From 2 drafts ago, a 7th round pick.
It's their top left winger.
Hunter Blue, who the fuck? This guy has to be a regen, surely. This guy's mentals are hideous.
He's a 1 anticipation. Like, I've never been less interested in a player in my life. This guy is dog shit.
Fucking 1. Very interesting theoretically to me, but what the fuck?
He was a throw-in in the Peters Permalis trade with a 2nd and a 3rd. So Detroit traded him as just like a throw-in from the AHL, but he's D, so Carolina needs him. But I'm sure when they're fully D, he will not be sniffing the lineup, so it's just like a temporary guy.
Yeah, he's just a dude. God knows, we've seen Carolina get really good results out of players nobody really liked, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Man, Seiler is so interesting. You know, Seiler has 3 goals on the season. 3.
How many assists?
47. What a strange fucking player.
The fuck? Hey, I almost traded 7 firsts to Carolina for Rudy Morant, Seiler, DDP, Alexander Asadorian, who the fuck else? Cork Yakoski, who I did actually get, Joseph Connor, who I also actually got, and Sisagoy.
Jesus Christ. I mean, that would have been a decent one, yeah.
Well, I couldn't imagine the trade tree for that 7 years in the future, 7 seasons in the future. I
didn't do it because I was too much of a pussy, but it would be it would have been sick.
I mean, you don't have any true lotto picks either, is the thing. So
I just have my own.
I mean, that could win the lotto, but man, it's not that high. We'll get to it eventually.
The thing is, though, Carolina, the best guy is Rudy Morant. He's the only actual elite player, and he's expiring in 1 year. So, like,
yes,
if he was signed until like 2040, I definitely would have done it.
Yes, I had the same issue. I was inquiring about Morant, and then I was like, he expires fucking next year. If like, I'm not good enough to be going for a 1 year rental, I don't think. So that's
me neither.
It's interesting. He's from Montreal, Quebec. Interesting.
What a non-Montreal name. Rudy Morant. Okay. I mean, I guess. Yeah, they're obviously experimenting. They have good assets, like Spizalka, I think is quite good. They're interesting. We'll see how it goes, I suppose. But
Yeah.
right now, they're gonna get slapped in round one. They're gonna get 4-0 swept.
Yeah, I think so too.
So Rangers
No
in 3?
segue, but Columbus.
Oh yeah, yeah. Let's just get to Columbus.
Heroes
Carolina sucks.
team. All right. Hero has them at a 102 point pace, 102 expected, and let's see, 8th in offense, 13th in defense, 12th in net with a 903.
Yeah, Hero has this team performing really well, and I'm sure he's mad about it.
Yeah. Hey, well, do you know how fucking shit Columbus was when Hero got it?
It
Keller.
was below ratio. He got it below ratio. And like unfixable. There were like 3 wins in 50 games. They were so bad.
Yeah, Columbus has gone so far, so fast.
Who's he stealing all these assets from? That are like who's
UFAs.
doing this?
UFA.
He signs every UFA for 10 mil. Like Roslovic, Point. These guys were all UFA, or he picks them up on the cheapest cap dumps, that kind of thing.
He has a lot of guys older than like 36 that he just like signed to 1 year, 10 million deals, and then Hammerla in net. But Hammerla is going to sell the playoffs, so
Yeah, Hammerla is terrible in the play. They did have decent prospects, and some of them are coming up, but mostly this is on the back of them picking up. What an interesting way to have this happen, because yeah, they just picked up 100 UFAs, and they're all doing really good. Sawyer Rayman is at 80 points right now. He scored 40 goals because he has a real center next to him.
And they got offered Sawyer Rayman for like a second from Vancouver like so long ago. Like I'm probably like a year ago, like in real life, a real life year ago. And I was like, nah, this dude's dog shit.
He's iron-willed. Like he's interesting. I mean, he's at his core. Just looking at how he's done too, you can tell he's obviously one of these supplemental. If he has a good playmaking center, he'll score a fuckload. But he's been good as that. He's at 80 points, 40 goals, right? And Hammerla's doing good because he's a bit of a regular season merchant. He's like a 918. And it's accidentally carrying them to a playoff spot.
You know what's funny? Hammerla has big games.
What a scam. Yeah, I saw that too when I traded a first and Frost for him, and then he sold the playoffs.
Hey, there was a time when I considered this guy to be the best goalie the league had. Like when he was on the Canes, I was like, this guy is the cream of the crop.
Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, he absolutely sold the playoffs for me. But this is what he is now, I suppose, is accidentally carrying a team that wants to miss the playoffs to the playoffs. Like, I think they have a chance of doing at least all right, too. They could put up a fight. They have so many old-ass players. They're pretty good still.
I think they're like a 5 or 6 game loss. I mean, it's Montreal they're facing right now. Montreal will skull fuck this team.
Probably, yeah. That's the thing, is they're a bit of a low seed, so...
Hammerla could make sure they get swept, too. Like, it might be like 7-2 every game. So
Kirkby can make sure they don't.
Yeah, it might be a like who can score the most goals type of battle.
Yeah, and Montreal will win a goal-scoring battle every time.
Yeah, for sure. That's what Montreal's built for.
Yeah, to just light up the net. Columbus is interesting. I don't know if Hero's super happy with where the team is, but he's gotten a lot out of them. I don't even know how many picks he has. He has 3 seconds, 4 thirds, 2 fourths this year extra.
Well, regardless of if he's happy where they are now or not, they're set up. They're on the up, and they're not gonna it won't be long before this team is great. I think because they've got a lot of prospects I really like Audric Ribes. Big fan.
The Audric Ribes debate.
I love it.
They have a lot of. Let me look at Ribes really quickly. I don't know too much about him.
Graham Bellinger is also good. He's got 109 points in the AHL.
I don't have a scouting report on Ribes. What the fuck?
He's high con, big games, 3 stars though, but fuck PA.
Oh man, yeah, I think this guy ends up. He's already at 20 speed. My God.
Yeah, Ribes is going to be good just because his hittens are so good, and his role. As he's a playmaking center too, his role is great. Bellinger is good. There's another one. Is it Alexander Spakov? He's the low con one, right?
Spakov is the low con one, but he's still good. Like, he's still a very good prospect. He'll be at worst a pretty effective winger.
Oh, Michael Veroux is Duchesne, but he's also low con.
Yeah, I saw that.
If Michael Veroux is Duchesne, he's their 12th ranked prospect. at your 12th league prospect, you want Matthew Shane. That's a pretty good haul, you know?
Holy
Hey, he's
shit,
11
yeah,
for
good
me,
point.
so that makes a huge difference.
Audric
Of
Rivers
course.
is 11 for me. So, like,
I
you know, you're still winning.
Gotta be
Yeah.
fair. Their one is the Jong, who is
The
Jari with
Lokan
Lokan.
Jari. There's a lot of Lokan in here, but there's also a lot of PA in here, so I think they'll be okay.
There'll be something. Yeah, Shpakov is Kuznetsov. That's who it is. So
You know, Nylan Rodriguez is second on the prospects, and he's already looking pretty good at 20. And when Jeff drafted this guy, I was like mocking him. I was like, that's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, there is so many guys when this guy was picked that I would have taken over him, and now I'm retarded because he's got 100 points in the AHL at 20.
holy fuck, yeah, he does. And this is the team in the AHL that's like unbeatable. They have 63 wins in 72 games. They're insane. Well, so yeah, Columbus is on the up and up. Even if he's not super happy about it, he has a fuckload of picks. He has really good prospects, and
I bet he'll be
team is
happy
somehow
in
still
3
good.
years.
Exactly.
Let's just say that. I
Yes.
bet he'll be happy in 3 years.
Oh yeah, no, Columbus is coming back. They're going to be a problem in a few years in these. Like
Here has made a good team. Color me surprised.
Yeah. Hero
I've
is
not
one of
been
the
in a
best
league
GMs there is.
Yeah, I've not been in a league with him before, so it's interesting to see. But he's done a hell of a good job with Columbus. It's a damn success story. They've done great.
Yeah, I wanted to touch on what Chris said a few minutes ago in our chat here, because this is far from the worst way to rebuild. I completely agree. You should not tank. You should sign FAs, draft elite players out of your ass, and then just win.
Yeah, that I agree with. I think I talked about this in general. Making the playoffs has a lot of value. Just making it with young guys to develop them, like it works out. And you get the other thing with the playoffs is you really see like who can work better in the playoffs, who doesn't work, what works, what doesn't. It's interesting. Like Columbus should. They should be happy. I don't know if they are, but they should.
You know what might be an insane strat for them? Like, I don't know if this is so dumb it might work or what. But I would probably do this just because I like to do retarded shit. But Columbus should make the playoffs, and they know they're going to get ass raped. So they should just bring up all of their elite center prospects and just play them for the Imp games.
Maybe. I mean, they're going to get the Imp games in the Calder Cup finals when they win the Calder
That's
Cup.
true. They're going to make. Yeah, they're going to make the. Yeah, never mind. That's fine.
Yeah, they're fine. They're fine.
Yeah.
They can get slaughtered Montreal the normal way. I don't think they can hang with Montreal, but hey, you know, happy to be here. Bricks out.
Yeah.
Kirkby could tear his UCL, and then LDP could get escaped to the throat, and you know, well, things can happen. You know.
Then we're on long PP, or did he get
Hey,
claimed?
LDP loves making sure you lose. Trust me.
He did last year. For fucking
He made sure I lost for the last 6 years. Like, the dude is a traitor, but at the same time, I love him because I had him for like a decade. So
Yeah.
I still regret the trade in the first place. All right. Hey, anyways, Boston's next, 84 points in 71 games, 8th in the East, and 90 puts them at a 97-point pace. 21st in offense, 12th in defense, 8th in net. But I think that's because they have a tandem with Callie Klang and Joseph.
You'd think that. No, Callie Klang just has a 921.
Callie Klang just has a 921, eh?
In
Okay,
60
yeah,
games,
he does.
Has a 921.
yeah, Callie Klang has always been shit, and now he's just I'm good.
Randomly, like
He is
Callie
Tim
Klang
Thomas.
just showed up.
Cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he's 33. He's been mediocre at best his whole career, and
He's
here he
got
is for
big games.
921.
He's got big games.
I remember in a playoff series, Montreal-Boston, looking at Callie Klang as the netminder and being like, oh, I totally have this. And if I was to face Callie Klang in a playoff series now, I would very much not have this. And I have the same netminder in net.
Yeah.
Joseph Pock is shit, though.
Yeah, Pock, like that's their backup, and he's terrible. So yeah, it's just Callie Klang. It's literally Callie Klang.
Last year, Joseph Pock was 863 in 35 games.
But he looks pretty good. You know, he has 20 blocker. Oh, he does? Okay.
Low con, and he has to have like one con. Like this has to be like one.
Yeah, this guy is. I mean,
Leo Gula comp, and like everything else is 20.
In 2032, he played 14 NHL games and had a 796.
Yeah.
Klang has been crazy all year. Klang has been fantastic. I messaged Grum about this a while ago. That's my breakout player candidate.
Yeah,
that's a very good breakout.
As a candidate for the breakout award potentially. still don't believe in him though. I think he'll just suck in the playoffs anyway. Like this is a fluke. I don't
He's
think
played one playoff game in the last 5 years, and he had a 933 in it, I guess. So
I'll believe it when I see it.
absolutely. The thing is, they don't look like they should be a playoff team to me. Like, they really don't. That they are getting a lot of goalie help. Their center depth is rough. It's not good.
Yeah, Boston is doing the whole fuck a rebuild, I'll just sign UFAs forever type of thing, and their bubble team. I mean, I like Dylan Cousins, but not as like a top 6 option. Patrick Mattson would be a great winger. Kahan Pa looks okay. Like maybe he's a second line center.
He's finesse role. He's okay, I guess.
Yeah, Kotkaniemi and Red Savage are just shit. Like they both are just not NHL level. And then there's
Kotkaniemi is signed until he's 39.
Fuck
yeah,
me.
he's signed for 4 more years.
4 more years, Kotkaniemi.
I mean,
at
he
least
only
he's
has
only-
10 speed now. Like he's already dying.
At least he's only $2 million, I guess. Like,
Right,
damn.
but like, damn, right. There was
Hey.
no need for that.
Brock Vigneault is like the best role player in the NHL. though.
Yes, we talked last podcast. This was discussed that Vigneault is such a cool fucking player. He's so cool.
Yeah.
I love this guy. Why is he what he is? It's so confusing. Wait,
Yeah.
Kahanpa is 5'5". Holy fuck! Yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah. Short King is rise up. We unite
Oh, yeah.
together.
Hell yeah, I'm fucking 5'8".
Same.
The over 6-foot squad.
Oh,
Alrighty.
I just want to mention
Shut up.
Boston has the Stamkos regen at 19. Like he drafted the last draft, already playing in the NHL, and he's 710 at AVR, and he's 23 points in 31 games. Like he's playing well as a 19-year-old in the NHL. So that's
Yeah.
pretty cool.
Very quietly, they brought him up. I think halfway through the year. Yeah, halfway
Yeah.
through the year. He's doing better in the NHL than he was in the AHL. Probably because Providence is a hellhole with no players.
Yeah, Providence is a fucked team. So he's probably developing a lot more now than he would have been in Providence.
Yeah, he
This
has
is
no
better.
one. No one signed.
Yeah, he has no signed forwards. He has exactly one signed forward in the AHL.
Yeah.
Campbell Byron, who
And
is
he's awful.
he's doing okay, I guess. I mean, somebody has to get points in the AHL, I suppose.
He has a lot of. He has 5 goalies in the AHL though.
Good, great, perfect.
He has
What-
5 goalies and 1 forward, dude. What the hell?
What a strange system Boston has. I don't know. Yeah, we talked about it earlier. They still are a bubble team that is mediocre and probably needs to rebuild. They are only in playoffs realistically because Callie Klang is having an unbelievable season. Like he's been fantastic.
Callie Kling expires next season.
And just to clarify, there's 1 AHL goalie and 4 ECHL goalies.
For what? Like
What the fuck?
for what it's worth, their AHL goalie currently
Protecting
has,
for Providence, you know?
their AHL, their one goalie in their AHL currently has a 555 goals against average with an 864.
Is that good?
Oh, this is the low con first round pick. Yeah, Oliver McIntyre is.
is this the guy? Oh man, I saw this pick and I was like, oh no, you.
Yeah,
fucking
Boston
missed
didn't BPA it. He
Lokan.
made the pick. Like
He
it was like
made the pick.
it was like 7th overall in the draft. Boston like actually chose him, and he's low con. I was like,
He
fuck.
has to have missed the Locon. He has to.
Yeah, he has
missed the
to have
Locon.
missed it.
Because I saw this guy and I was like, Locon, red flag, not drafting, and he picked him like 10th. Like,
Yeah, he
Jesus
picked him really
Christ.
high, and I was like, damn. But he looks really good. If he wasn't low con, like this guy would be awesome.
That's normal though. There's so many guys like we talked about Columbus a little bit ago. De Jong is that. De Jong is gonna
Yeah.
be
Yeah.
taken in 5 years.
But DeJong was
Yeah, no.
BPA'd in R3, which makes sense.
Yeah, that's what you get with guys like that because their ISS like 6-7 or whatever.
Yeah, this guy was also that, but he got picked top 10, which is
Yeah.
just a tragedy.
No, yeah, Boston is a strange team with like very little depth. I like a lot of their wingers quite a bit. We talked about Wright. I like
Yeah.
but Vigneault is good. Blessing has been okay.
He's a good role player, though. He's probably just playing 4th line or something. The dude should be top 6 role player, I think.
Yeah, he is probably on the 4th line right now. 6. Yeah. He's doing it. Man, he's struggled of late. There's a lot of 6s, but I don't know. Not much to say about Boston. They're a bubble team. They're probably going to get slapped round 1 by Washington. It's going to be violent and bullying.
Yeah. Or they won't make it because the Devils and
Yeah.
Pittsburgh are both right on their ass.
I
On that note,
really hope Boston Montreal is the first round. But yes, on that note, New Jersey.
man, I feel like they end up sneaking in. I am so confused. Well, I looked at this a while ago because I was confused about New Jersey. I was like, how are you as bad as you are? Their defense is pretty fucking bad. Like it's worse than mine.
Yeah, the Devils have, like, in my
23rd.
opinion, just no depth at all. But they have a great center core, and they need to be, like,
11.
pushing. Like, this team is close to being good.
Yeah, they need to fill in at like the peripherals. I don't know how
Yeah.
good I think Portillo is. Portillo is like okay, right?
He's also really old.
He's
at this point.
35, though, so he's expiring, too. So he's not the goalie of the future.
12
They don't have
agility.
anyone behind him.
Man,
They have no picks.
they have no picks. They have no.
Boston has all their picks.
Oh man, really? They have a lot of really good prospects, though. When I sold to Madison, and I was looking at their prospects, and I was like, "Can I please have Kopanen? Please give me Kopanen."
Yeah,
please.
Seppo Kopanen is a 5-star goalie prospect compared to Milmore. I never see goalies with 5 stars. This guy has it. He'll be good.
Yeah, his comps are Dubois, Milmore, and like Gagan, and anyone with a Gagan comp has insane PA. Because
Higgins.
August Graff is Victor Hedman, by the way.
yeah, Graf is Hedman, Novikov is I think Panarin. Like
Yeah,
these are
yeah,
really
and Jake
really,
Fair is Max Domi.
Yeah, they have fantastic prospects. They don't have any picks,
Yeah.
but these top 4 prospects are all great. Like they're all super good. I'd be ecstatic with any of these guys.
And
But yeah, no,
Connor
give them-
Bedard.
Yeah, and obviously Bedard is there. He's only 30. He's signed till 24.
4 more years, you know?
Man.
Yeah, and they have Newhook and Beniers, who are really, and Frost, which are really good complement. Like that's the 4 centers that should
That's
go:
your 4
Bedard,
centers,
Newhook,
yeah.
Beniers, Frost. That's the order. Like that's great. You've got the most important thing, and Kopanen and net. You've got the most important 4 people like locked down. Jake Fair is going to be on the wing then. Like Max Domi is, and August Graff on D. They need to be active in UFA, and they need to ship out these seconds for depth guys. Like where are your wingers at?
Yeah,
Like-
it's kind of interesting. New Jersey is like one of the few teams where I'd look at them and be like, your center depth is solved. Your goalie is solved. You need wingers and D. Their D is
Easiest
really
things to
bad.
get though. The easiest.
Yeah,
Oh, and Jake Fair,
easiest.
Max Domi is the Max Domi regen is high con. So like maybe he'll go in the middle and you'll put Newhook
on
or something
wing,
on the
some
wing.
shit.
Yeah, Frost or Beniers on the wing. Like you're set. So they just need to be active in replacing these wingers because that's the easiest thing to do. So just go out and do it.
Yeah,
Like,
winger.
I-
Their defense too is like
Their
Yeah.
defense is so bad.
it's terrible. They have 2 good defensemen, and then
There's-
past that, it's like punt it. What?
There's 2 players that I got rid of. If I get rid of a defenseman, they're fucking.
Yeah, they're terrible. It's like they
Well,
really
Addison
do
and
have-
Smith are good, but they're both 35, and then after that it's 4 AHLers.
Yes, that's actually it. They have 2 good NHL defensemen. They have 2 good NHL wingers.
That's why they're not in.
Yeah, that's why they're not in. They don't have a good defense. They don't have good wingers. They need to
Yeah.
find these guys. Like I don't know what their cap situation is actually, because Portillo is like violently overpaid. I'm pretty sure he's like 10 mil or
7.
something
I think he's
ridiculous.
7.
Well, no,
Or 7.
I think that if they fix their defense, they could get in without fixing their wingers. They don't need
Yeah.
wingers.
Ty
If they had
Smith's
a
also
good defense,
expiring
they would probably have 10 more points at least. Or
Yeah.
good defenseman, I think.
I agree with that. My main concern when I looked at this team, because I did this probably a week ago, not even a week ago, around the deadline, I looked at them and I was like, why is this not like a comfortable playoff team? I was so confused. And then I looked at their defense past Addison. It's so bad. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Like Addison was a great pickup for them, but they need to do more like that. That was a good pickup. And
Yeah.
I'm not just saying that because he was my guy and I love Addison. That's my guy. But damn, they need more.
Yeah, well, I got good wingers. I got John Francois Lalde, and we'll get to me later, but I got him for a 3rd and a 4th, and he would be like the best winger on this team.
For sure. Or
So, like,
yeah.
And
Creasy,
defense
for one.
are
I flipped
cheap.
Creasy for a 4th. He would be like the 3rd best
Yeah.
defenseman on the
Yeah,
team.
Creasy would be a great player for this team, and he was like they don't have picks, but they only need like mid-rounders at the highest to fix the problem. So this is an easy. Plus, with the prospects coming in, like this will not be a challenging team to build. They have everything they need. They got a 6th and 2 7ths this year, and then next year they have a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 7th. With the 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 7th, you can easily like get half the players you need for this team. Like
Do we
That's-
think Jersey or Boston takes the last of the Eastern
I think
Conference
Jersey's
spots?
better actually, but but right now Boston's in. I'd probably, I'm gonna be bold and say Jersey though. I like them more.
It's just a point.
Well,
So
I'd say Jersey over Boston, but my real answer is the next team would be getting to probably.
the Pittsburgh Penguins. All right.
Those are the Pittsburgh Penguins. We got a segue.
Oh,
Let's
look
go.
at that.
Although they have lost 4 straight games at maybe the
There's
worst
no
time of
way.
the year. Oh yeah, they fell so far behind. My pick last sim was them, but Jesus.
My model has them.
Sequoia Jones, who was in the Braden Point trade.
Hell yeah, part of the tree. We never a bit of a backtrack. What were New Jersey's stats, like advanced stats?
All
I
right,
think we-
so fuck. All right, let me find them. Jersey, I have them at 95 points expected, so that's a point or two behind Boston. It has them behind Boston. 23rd in offense, 11th in defense, which is opposite of what we thought. But I feel, I don't know. And then 14th in net. And Pittsburgh has expected to be at 91 points, so that's 5 points back of the playoffs to finish at the end of the season. 7th in offense, 14th in defense, 21 in net. And they have Rodrigue, which is a big improvement of what they've had the past, but Rodrigue's still only a 9-12.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's
9-12 for Rodriguez is really disappointing.
He's
like
also
the worst-
14 agility and 35. So
Yeah,
his
his
agility's
agility has gone
following.
down. It used to be 15.
Okay.
Oh man, yeah, he's one
Trust
of those
me,
guys.
I've looked at him a lot of times. I really tried to get this guy so bad last year. So it's gone. All his physicals are lower than they were last year. So it's
Last
Bad
year with the
sign.
Penguins, he had a 945.
He's the same with Hart. Him and Hart both dropped.
Yeah, finally, those two were the plague on the Pacific for a decade, and now they're both actually getting old. Yeah, they're a strange team, man. I feel like they should be better. Like they
I
should be
think-
way better.
I think a bit of it comes down to usage, and then the rest of it is just like a lack of elite talent because Rodrigue is apparently declining. And then at center, like they don't have a 1C, they have like 4 second line centers. So
Oh, yeah.
I would not be
Underlying
having Thomas Dare as my 1C because he's got the spread for 3C.
Yeah.
the
I would
underlying
just
metrics
basic
I've always
1C.
done. The underlying metrics I've always done for a player has always really liked Vincenzo Morocco.
Vincenzo.
Yeah, he's really good.
Vincenzo. Fucking 243 shots in 70 games is absurd. He always shoots the puck like a motherfucker. He always has a great shooting percentage, always has great goals, great points. I don't get it because his shots, it's 1919, but like he has no defense. His creativity isn't the highest, but like the underlying metrics love this guy. I
love Pittsburgh's wingers and defensemen a lot, and they just need to find a goalie like to replace Rodrigue because it's not Jones. Jones is dog shit.
We're talking about Pittsburgh trying to replace a goalie. I mean, this is pretty the normal for them in the past couple of years. What was it like the last year?
Even when they had Ottinger, he was just dead every playoffs, so it didn't even matter.
Yeah. No, they got so fucked when they were a real contender by Ottinger never being alive. Is that fucking Pierre-Luc Dubois? I thought he retired. He has 6 speed.
I would be playing Voj. How the fuck do I Vojtech
Wojciech
Spacek?
spot check. Hell yeah.
PLD is
Okay.
scratched right now. So is Eddie.
Why is Pittsburgh out? Their team is like pretty good.
Yeah, I think it has to be partially usage. It's usage. Rodrigue, man,
The goalie and usage.
we're saying Rodrigue is like not that good. I mean, he's the
He's
exact same as
fine.
New Jersey's. He's about.
He
Yeah.
can get you in the playoffs. So it doesn't matter. He's doing fine, right? He's not.
Yeah, why-
He's not losing them the games.
Yeah, Chris just said something that I was like also thinking. Why is Spacek not playing with Morocco? Because they have Thomas Dare, the two-way like guy on the first line, and then the playmaker on the second line. And the playmaker isn't with a goal scorer. You should have, and Gunnar Lavoie is a perfect like two-way guy on the first line, playing with Dare, the two-way center. So you should have the first line. It should be Lavoie, Spacek, Morocco. That would be like amazing. That complements itself so well.
Yeah.
And then Dare down with Garrett Miller, who is also a two-way guy, and probably bring up a shooter. I mean, to be on that line, and then DDP on the third line with another two-way. They don't have like any shooting wingers though, aside from Morocco is the thing. They all
they have Eddie. You know, remember
Yeah,
Eddie?
Robin Edwards. For what it's worth, I do just want to say this was off season. We didn't do a podcast or anything for the off season. The Edwardson trade is, I think, one of the worst trades that have been made. In
That was really dumb. Edwardson
Logan
is no
Heist
value.
is that.
He's a cap
Eddie's
dump.
terrible. He's a cap dump,
Yeah.
but he got assets. Like Logan fucking slam dunked that shit. That
How
shit
did
was crazy?
the only trade Logan made that was good was that one? Like actually, like literally the only trade.
The thing is,
that
he
was
got
good.
Piper Newmans for him, and then he flipped Newmans for like pennies on the dollar.
Who did he get though from other guy?
Newmans.
Newmans.
Newmans was
Yep.
with fucking who else went to Colorado?
Alfano. It was the
Sealer?
Newlands Alfano deal.
Alfano. Newmans Alfano, right? For like a first.
No, he traded Edwardson and someone for Newlands and someone though, right? Wasn't that
Sade
two-
Wisdom and Robin Edwardson. Wisdom is mediocre. He's like a perfectly serviceable bottom six winger, and Edwardson is a cap dump.
Oh, for Piper. Yeah, Piper's good too.
No,
Like-
they got worse. I think
The best two players in the deal both went to St. Louis.
I take
And the
Eddie
worst
over
com-
Piper, honestly.
I take Eddie over anyone except Newens probably, but and not at his cap hit. Is the thing.
No, that's
Like-
the issue, right?
Yeah, well, Eddie's also signed for 4 more years at 31 with shit physicals. So
Fair.
Yeah, he's a captain. Like looking at it, Pittsburgh has made 2 trades this year, and one of them is that it's the Eddie deal, which is terrible, and one of them is the DDP deal, which I think was a good like capitalization on the fact that Carolina's liquidating. Right there, you're gonna get their shit on the cheap. Yeah, he might as well use Eddie. I don't know why Eddie scratched. He's not that fucking bad.
Eddie is what they
He
need.
has
They don't have any
20/20
goal
shot,
scorers.
you know? Like, put him under the playmaker. Fucking
him
anyone
with
with a
spot
20/20 shot. Anyone with a
Oh,
20/20
yes.
shot with a playmaker is going to do
DDP is a
decently well.
playmaker too. So, well, he's finesse, but he has like playmaker ads. So, although he does have shoot preference over passing, so that might be making him
DDP
kind of
is-
worse.
DDP is the most defective player in this league. I don't get him. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
He looks
But-
good.
He
they
looks
still
good.
need to. They need to put Eddie in the top 6 with like a good center and a good winger. He will play. Like he'll complement the line, and then
Yeah.
spread out the two-way. They have so much two-way though.
Yeah, they should be going for just like side grade trades where they're like, give me a goal scorer, I'll give you a 2-way. Like, I think 2-ways have marginally more assets because it's easier to get goal scorers, I think.
Yeah,
those
it
fucking
is.
Trigger men.
Which also means it's like Pittsburgh needs the thing that's easiest to get, so this should not be too hard.
But they made one trade this year and it was for DDP. Like, I think they
Yeah.
missed their window and they're going to miss the playoffs because of it. Like, I didn't
Yeah.
realize they lost 4 straight. That's probably the death knell, is that
Mhm.
sim.
Who did
or
they lose
immediately. Who did they lose to?
I'm looking. They lost to
to? Dallas, Columbus, Ottawa, Detroit. You gotta win at
Columbus
least
losses.
3 of those.
That hits hard.
You
Columbus
gotta win
is
at least
literally
3
the
of
end your
those,
playoff.
right? Like, you
You
can't.
should.
Ottawa is the worst team in the league.
Yeah, Ottawa's terrible. Like,
Ottawa's terrible.
you say that you're ignoring Edmond or Alberta. You're ignoring the absolute
Alberta,
shit show that's
right.
Alberta.
The worst team in the Eastern Conference, at least.
True.
If you're trying to fight for a playoff spot, you can't drop the other 2, either the Detroit or Columbus game either. You know, if you're fighting for that spot, you can't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Columbus is potentially the person whose spot they would take. So
Right. Especially that.
It's sad. Yeah, they've had a lot of road games, and then in April they have a lot of home games. Chris is right, but man, like that sim though, I think they're just too far behind. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
Dude,
they're
you're
7
right.
points back. That's a tough hill to climb. Like, if you're
They-
5
they
points
were
back
moving
out,
sick.
if you're 5 points out in like November, like most of the times you're done. 7 points out and 10 games to go, you're very cooked.
and
yeah,
how
they're
many
fucked.
against like those teams they need to pass. They have Chicago, Toronto, Carolina. They have a game directly against Boston, which is like huge in late March. They have to win that game.
Yeah,
They want any hope.
their April schedule. They have Boston again in April, by the way.
They
So
have
there's
2
two games.
Boston games and a New Jersey game. They have to win.
And a Columbus
Those
game.
are the Super Bowl.
Man.
Those games are the Super Bowl. In April, their schedule is Islanders. That's a win, hopefully. Rangers, that's going to be really tough. They'll probably lose. But then Columbus, Boston, New Jersey, all in a row. They need to win those 3 games. Then they have the Capitals and Panthers, which are both going to be like impossible for them. So they're
They need to win out at this point,
Basically.
right?
they can't win out though. They have like 3 Like they have the Rangers, the Flyers, or not the Flyers.
If they can't win out, they're not making it effectively. Like
Yeah,
they can lose,
but
they can drop one, maybe two, and the rest of it, and that's it. Because
Yeah,
they're
that's fine.
7 points out. That means they need to win 4 more games than their opponents. So in 10 games to go, that means they need to go effectively 10-0, and their opponents to go 6-4.
Yeah, like
They're done.
optimistically, yeah. Chris is right that optimistically, Florida's like, fuck it, I'm not risking Askarov in the last game of the season, and they could beat whoever the fuck alive.
Yeah,
whatever,
the Capitals and the
Florida.
Panthers are their last 2 games, and they might play backups. But even with backups, like the Capitals have 3 starting goalies.
Celestin's the
And-
backup, right?
Yeah,
For the
he's a
Caps.
starter.
Oh no, I got to play the 908 guy. Oh no.
Oh fuck, we're boned. Yeah, no, Pittsburgh's probably fucked. I really thought they would be the team to sneak in. I thought it would be them or New Jersey. I guess at this
I
point,
thought at the beginning of the year
Sure.
Pittsburgh would be good, but I don't like the way they have their lines constructed.
yeah, I think their lines are constructed wrong. And at this point, yeah, between those 3, it's totally New Jersey, and I think every other team in the East is eliminated. So
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyways, talk about these other eliminated teams. The Toronto Maple Leafs eliminated from the playoffs. I'm not surprised. As a Leafs
Yeah.
fan, you know.
Yeah.
it's not April yet. It's shocking they're eliminated this early, I suppose.
It's very true.
I like some of the pieces this team has, though. I think they're
I got
like
them.
in an okay spot. I like Jordan Macklin.
I got them 18th in offense, 19th in defense, 22 in goaltending. Not
Yeah,
good.
their goaltending is pretty bad. That's the main problem. Brandon Elliott is
Is Elliot low con?
He's
no, he's mid-con, but it's got to be lower than 10.
like 8 or
He has a
something.
Millmore comp.
Yeah, he's Millmore comp, so I don't know why he's not as
Yeah,
good.
because
He's
like
not
he
good.
looks good, but he's just not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Maybe
so-
maybe that lower recovery is hurting him because it's only 9. It's not.
Well, he's
ideal,
mixed.
but-
Isn't recovery not as important for mixed?
No, it's not. But
It's not as important, but like, damn.
at this
it
point,
has
you're
to
like
be.
splitting. You're splitting hairs at this point.
Aloy
you know?
Shishel has 8 recovery, and he's amazing. So
True.
Yeah, and
I don't know.
he's literally the best goalie in the league. It's
He's
probably
A.
that he
He
has
is
like
A.
8 con. Realistically, Elliot probably has 8 con, so he doesn't have low con snippet, but he probably
he's bad though. Yeah.
like it's a bit of a shame where they are. They have good pieces, but if you look at their recent drafts, they've done a lot of trading of draft picks. They just haven't
Mhm.
picked that many guys, realistically, in the last couple of years. They don't have a second this year. They have a first, a third, a fourth, and a 7th. And the first is the Rangers' first. It's not their own.
Yo, look at this Tayshaun Svensson. He's a defenseman, by the way. A decent defenseman, but look at his contract. What the fuck?
Oh my God! That's still forever.
Oh, that's
4.7 mil for 7 years for Tayshaun Svensson, who's like a second pair guy, but this is brutal.
Damn.
He got low physicals, so at 36, they're gonna be much worse.
Well, he's not a
Yeah.
defenseman that long.
Yeah.
Yeah, a defenseman, their 3rd best defenseman on the team report, Tayshaun Svensson.
Yeah.
Four's not bad, or 5's not terrible for a defenseman, but that's a long time.
all of these
Yeah.
things individually aren't bad. I feel collectively, all of them together is what
Yeah.
makes it not
Add up.
ideal. Like you added
Yep.
all right, you can sign a defenseman for till 2042, so that's 5-6 years, whatever. That's fine. He can be 29. That's fine. He can't be 29 with 12 speed at almost $5 million. Fine, you know, and it only being
Yeah.
an okay guy.
Yeah, like the cap hit is okay if it's shorter, and the term is okay if he's faster. But he's not faster, and the term is not shorter, so it's just a bad situation.
For what it's worth, I think their defensive depth in general is terrible. I think they have probably 4 real NHL guys,
Hey.
and then it's Sidlowski, Bowden, and Buchinger, who are
Hey,
both.
what regen is Benoit Ekbom? He looks pretty good.
Ooh, let me
A
take
center
look.
prospect.
Oh my God, he does look good. God damn. This is a good
Swedish,
pick.
6 foot, 191 pounds. I'm thinking. I want to make a guess before I read it. I just have no fucking clue. Who's a Swedish center? Fucking
William Karlsson. That's the answer.
He's
Oh.
William Karlsson. Okay. Well, Karlsson was mid in this league, so maybe he's not good.
The
He's
reroll is
probably not
really good though.
stellar.
Yeah, maybe he rerolled really nice, but he looks
Yeah.
like a solid. He only has 3 centers in the NHL, and only one is NHL level. It's Macklin.
Yeah.
He's
These
going to
other
be
two-
better than most centers because of how poor the other centers are. He's going to
Probably.
in this rendition of him, I think.
Yeah.
I would agree.
Yeah.
With that. His comp is Krebs. Like he is a good fucking comp. It's not bad.
Yeah.
He's 5-star. I don't hate where Toronto is. I don't love where Toronto is at the same time. Oh, McNeil is Brent Burns. Okay.
He has a Brent Burns regen. I don't even see him on the team.
Derry McNeil is.
He's 28 already, though. You know,
Yeah,
like
he's
at this
already
point,
old?
he's
Oh,
already
okay. I'm
28.
looking for a prospect.
No. He's already 20. He's already topped out.
Well, he's not even
He's
that good.
fine. You know.
He's all right. I'd be happy with him to be
He'd be my third. He'd be on my third pair. You know, like ideally, like
Yeah.
he's on your second pair, but like
I would take him on my third pair, but I'm not like in love with the guy.
no.
No, yeah, the thing with them is I think centers, defensive depth, and Elliott just isn't that good. And they don't have an incredible amount of picks. They have enough, and they have enough good prospects that they can totally get out of this. Like this isn't an unfixable.
I mean,
they're not fucked by any means.
Centers might be a problem, and picks might be a problem, but they just traded me a good center for a first, so they have that pick at least. And with only 3 NHL centers. Or only 3 in the NHL, and only 1 is worth being in NHL. At least they've got that Ekbom guy coming up.
They have all their picks next year. It's just they haven't had them for a few years, so their prospect pool isn't quite as. Given the fact that they have not really been a playoff team. They made it like once in the last 5 years, right?
They've been shit since the Matthews trade, which is like a decade. Then they made it
shit,
the last
I looked
2
at that
years.
trade. No shit. Are you what really? You're telling me that the trade where their best assets are their goalie that we just shit on and their depth D-men that we just shit on? Whoa.
Yeah, they were bad for a decade, and then they were good for the last 2. Well, they were good. They were a wild card playoff team for the last 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing them wild card. They're okay. They're like a bit below average. It's totally fixable. Yeah, Macklin is like a legit good asset. This is the one good piece of the Matthews trade is Macklin. That's all they have going for them from that fucking deal. Oh my god, that was so bad.
Isn't Tommy Gorman a good regen? Tom Wilson, I think.
Gorman?
He's on the team. He looks
Oh,
terrible, but he's Tom Wilson, right?
I'd assume
Tom Wilson's
Wilson would have
Canadian.
power.
Oh.
Yeah, but that can't that
Tommy Gorman is TJ Oshie. I was thinking Capitals winger. Yeah, TJ Oshie, Tom Wilson. Okay.
Yeah,
So they have the TJ Oshie region, but he looks terrible, so...
Well, how good was Oshie on this DB even? Because
I don't think
At
he was
this
that
point,
good.
Oshie would have been old.
yeah,
right?
this
Yeah,
would have
maybe
been
he was
an
bad.
older Oshie, where he's like 150 CA. He's not that
He's
special.
not, he's not TJ Shosey anymore.
Yeah, he's not a guy making the cool moves in the Olympics anymore. He's
Well, the region is not even close. So the region is guy making cool moves in the AHL.
I guess I don't hate. Oh my god, never mind. I hate Solomon. Fucking power center.
Yeah, he's shit. And then Billy Forsell is just
Yeah, it's
Eric Holla regen.
really.
Yeah, I found that out. Yeah, former Montreal Canadiens draft pick as well. I lost on waivers. Former first.
wait. What
round pick.
what region is Forsell?
Eric Holla.
Yeah, it's no.
Oh,
one
Eric
special.
Holla.
They have
Eric
a lot of
Holla
these
favorite.
regions- They have a lot of these regions of guys that are mediocre. Like,
Oh, the TJ
nice.
Holla. We're gonna grind out that Eric Holla regen, guys.
Again, that Oshie regen, you know it. We're here. They have assets to flip too, because I don't know. Oh, Harley's expiring. I sure hope they can hold on to him and flip him or
How much
something.
higher?
Harley's
Oh, yeah.
expiring. Interesting. Intriguing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, very interesting. I'm gonna fucking outbid your ass.
He's 34, so I won't be signing him.
14 speed. You can sign him 1 year, 2 years.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
signing his ass for like 2 years. You know it. I need a top end defenseman. Anyway, yeah, Ash Pateman's good. They have assets. They're not.
Always
fucked.
liked Ash Pateman. That's the one guy on this team I have a crush on.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Next is our commissioner's own Buffalo Sabres.
All right, you guys better not shit on my team because I'll kick you out.
Team fucking sucks. Scheichel is a fraud. Kick me.
All right, so I have them as the best offense, the best defense, the best goaltending. I don't get it. No, I have them at 27th and 24th in offense, 26th in defense, and check this out: second in net on the season.
Off the back of LDP and Scheichel, like for real.
Second in net, baby. Well,
9 and 12 collective save percentage between them.
Wow. Well, LDP was like okay for you, and Scheichel's been crazy.
Yeah, Scheichel is fucking. Or I like to say it Sheeshel because I can go sheesh, but he's fucking like the best player in the NHL.
He's been good. 15 games, 926. I mean, he's doing a damn good job of holding this team from being complete dog shit.
He
basically.
literally let in 3 goals on 50 shots in a game against the Kings.
Again, who the fuck comes from the Alps League? Again, I need this. It's important to emphasize who the fuck comes from the Alps League.
This was a fantastic find. Like you guys are teaching me about fucking looking at these dog shit European leagues. I got to look for these guys. This is crazy.
I signed like 5 more out of the.
Yeah, I saw, and one of them looked fantastic. And Logan signed a guy from like buttfuck nowhere that also looks good to me. So I should be looking more at these leagues because there are assets there. Goddamn.
Sirkins was one of them as well, I believe. So
Yeah,
was Doverani.
Man, yeah, these
Doverani is too.
Yeah, I think he might have been a KHL signing.
Oh, it says Denmark. He's from Denmark, apparently.
Denmark. All right, yeah.
could have been KHL, Denmark.
Whatever, same shit.
Same thing.
Same
Shitty Europe.
difference. Man, this is I'm glad you have the one enforcer in the league signed for $1 billion, 11 mil 1 year. I love these deals.
Yeah, I needed to hit the floor, and he's actually like got really good attributes. He just sucks balls.
Because he's a fucking enforcer.
Yeah, he's so bad. I played him on D for most of the year.
I'm sure he was excelling just fantastically.
No, he
Yeah.
wasn't.
What a stellar. Yeah, you have like the corpse of Bark. All his physicals are 6. Like he's dying. He's retiring, right? Like Barkov.
No, it doesn't say he is, but he won't get signed, so he'll have to retire.
Yeah, Barkov region in a few years, guys. That'll be
Sign
fucking
him.
crazy. I'll fucking
Yeah, Barkov has been great for like 20 years now, so he'll.
Oh, and
his
he's
regen will be
playmaking role in this. Oh, interesting.
Easy Hall of Famer.
For
Yeah.
sure.
Two-time 30-goal scorer.
I have Harrison Allen, who has more than 100 more takeaways than giveaways right now.
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
there's good assets on this team for sure, but mostly it's just I mean, you liquidate your entire team. You have a fuckload of picks and a fuckload of prospects. Yeah, the 4 firsts. You don't have any seconds or thirds. That's really funny.
I traded all my seconds to you.
Yeah, that's true. I still think I defrauded your ass.
What? I turned that pick into Phil Merkley. How is that?
No, you did not. That was the Rangers pick. I gave you the Avs pick.
Oh well,
The
same
one that's
thing.
going to be
It's fucking-
30th.
Hey, not if I have
So what?
anything to say with it.
The Rangers are
Might
like
be
29.
29.
It doesn't fucking make a difference.
True. Dude, the Islanders pick you trade me is going to be like 34th. They're terrible.
Don't
Yeah,
care.
no. Oh, man. Yeah. Looking at the prospects, yeah, Chris posted about this. Bobrov. I know he's the Shesterkin regen, and I learned about that, but I was never, ever going to pick him just because I saw his agility. He's not high con, he's mid con, and his agility's 10. Like, what the fuck?
But he's
Shesterkin.
Shesterkin. So he's
Yeah.
got
Hey.
How
It
good is
doesn't
Shesterkin?
matter.
amazing. Shesterkin was like carrying Boston to Stanley Cups. He was like all 20s.
Isn't Ryba like mid on the 15 or something?
Rybakov is like 18, I think. Let me look.
Even if it is
Rybakov?
15, that means
Rybakov is
you need
19.
Bob Rov, or regardless.
Hugo Haviland is the best goalie I could think of with mid agility.
Maybe it's Milmore then.
No, Milmore's
It's
high
probably
agility.
Havlet. It's probably Havlet.
Haviland has 15 agility. He's really good. But
Yeah.
Then you're also still
Uh,
asking Bob Rov to grow 5 agility, and that's a tough
At
ask.
least. Yeah, Rybakov is mid-con, but he's like 20 important. I swear to God, this guy. I'm still mad about my first year in the league when I had a real team and he fucking just had a 960 and swept my ass.
yeah, that was insane.
Fucking bastard.
Hey, Dmitry
1.41
Bobrov
goals, yeah.
is showing me comps to Harrison Gross, who has an 850 in the Oilers.
Oh, perfect. Oh, okay. I mean,
Harrison Gross is awful. But
Bobrov's
he's
comps for me were like Havlet, Kirkby. Like he had all the good ones.
Bobrov has a more talented version of the worst goalie in the NHL. So, like, I hope so. But,
Yeah, all of my scouts are like, yeah, this is just Havlet. And optimistically, he's Havlet. You have so many goalie prospects. One of these is going to hit. I love Brackett.
Yeah.
I think Brackett
well,
is crazy.
I'm probably just gonna trade this guy because his name, he's the Shesterkin regen, so I can just that's
On
a good
name value.
advertising
Value.
point.
his ass.
That's the same reason I want firsts instead of seconds, no matter where the pick is, because it's an advertising technique.
Yeah, it's more appealing sounding. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Even
I
though
don't want
like
to pick anyway.
Buffalo sucks and is trying to not suck by having a billion picks and a billion prospects. The prospect pool looks good. The team sucks. It's terrible. Merkley was a good
Yeah.
pickup. This guy looks like a fantastic 3C to me. Merkley?
Merkley?
Looks like the optimal
Yeah.
3 to me.
Well, all the guys I traded for, I think are still going to be on my team when I pass the rebuild. Like, I think most of my roster, well, actually, no, there's a shit ton of dead weight on here, but like half my roster plus the guys assigned from Europe are all going to survive the rebuild. I just need to draft like some core guys for the next 2 years. And then I need to promote some of these guys. Like Hubert Klassen is Huberto. So he'll be a first liner when he gets good in a decade. And then
Who's Hue, actually? Hue is a guy that interests me.
he's
Do we know
not
who
a
this is?
regen, I don't think. He's just good.
Gen? Wow. He is good. He's quite good. I like Hue.
Hue is a game gen, I'm pretty sure. He's just a good player, good playmaking winger, probably second line, because I don't want to have Klassen and Hue on the same line.
Quebecois.
Fucking trade him to Montreal. Get the full Quebecois.
You see, I call
Drew,
Drew,
Drew, we
provincial
have
rights.
something going on right now, and he is available for that trade. Just so you know, I will add him to that trade.
I'll have to think about it. You know.
I will.
Interesting.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll see with Buffalo. It really is like this team sucks ass deliberately, is being completely carried.
There's a
by
plan.
goaltending.
You know, at least there's a plan.
Oh, there's a plan.
Buffalo with even mediocre goaltending is probably like 15th in the conference. This team sucks, or 14th probably, because the bottom two in the East.
I could actually find out how many wins they've added in goaltending on the season. Ooh.
Yeah, good check that. Let's see.
12.37 wins. So that's 24 points.
Okay, 24 points puts them tied with Ottawa. So
15th?
Yeah,
It was pretty close, man.
Jesus
I
Christ!
have
You
the
nailed it.
GGHL score apparently. Take a look at
Wow.
Kevin Chorney. Look at that guy. That's
Wow.
yeah.
I mean, he has 19 speed and good anticipation. Maybe.
The 12.3.
Look at that trip to Nîmes too, because he's the Trocheck regen I signed out of somewhere for free, and 5 stars, like high con. I'm really hyped for this center prospect.
Oh, Deneen, yeah. Deneen looks good to me. Well, a lot of these specs look good. Like, looking at the top 12, probably like 10 of them look fantastic to me. And you have a lot of picks, so
Yeah,
we'll see.
Rhett Fiddler, Trip to Nîmes had more than 2 points a game in the ECHL. Like he shit on the ECHL. He had a 9.10 average rating, like 9.1 average rating in the ECHL.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god, yeah,
raped the ECHL.
9.1. 2 points a game, and now he's a point a game in the fucking... He's probably an NHLer next year.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
But-
your team's probably going to suck. You might want to just let him simmer a bit, but...
Yeah, it looks like a good pool for sure.
It is quite the pool. These goalies are, like... At
Oh,
least
shit.
2 of these are slam dunks.
Deneen played Acha just like me.
Damn.
It's the
Oh, wow.
pipeline. We're from the same place, from the same level.
University of Colorado.
Hey, we're playing them next year, I think. I just saw my schedule before spring break, and I'm pretty sure that's on it. I don't know, but hey, it's the NHL to Acha in 1 year. He went from the Acha last year to the NHL this year. He played 7 games for me.
Oh, he wasn't even... Oh, never mind. He was terrible.
Yeah, he was bad. No, he was shit.
Was
But
he
he said,
5 points in.
Hey, he's
Well,
got his
he's on
first
my
NHL
team.
goal. You know, first NHL goal.
Good for him. Good for him. I always appreciate getting my complete trash prospect to 1 goal and then throwing them in the garbage. Although Deneen will get more. This guy is scary. He looks...
yeah, he'll be back. And I don't know if he'll play much next year. He'll probably get a cup of coffee, but I'm still going to be building next year, so I don't want to like just ruin him.
Yeah. Let him simmer, for sure. We'll see. We'll see. Next team is also, I think, a we'll see.
Simmer, hot, water, lightning. That's how that transition works, right?
What a segue.
Yeah.
There we go, right? Tampa Bay, I have them at let's see, expected to be 22nd in the league with a 72-point expected finish. 20th in offense, 27th in, 19th in offense, 20th in goaltending, 27th in net minding.
This is the other team that wanted LDP. There was only 2, and it was Tampa Bay. Offered me a second round pick and a and the Evander Kane regen, and then you offered me Dovorny and a second-round pick, and I went with that.
Who is Kane? Is it Gates?
No, it was Desmond Fowler. He traded him somewhere else instead.
Yeah. Man, I should have sold Dry to him. I couldn't get him sold anywhere else. God damn it. I shouldn't have canceled.
Yeah, the deal was gonna pass.
I was just feeling nice because, yeah, it was a bad move for him. He's not.
It was dumb for him to do, but it was gonna pass the trade committee, so you could have kept it.
I was feeling nice.
Fowler went with a
Bays.
second for Scott Roof, who is
Scott Roof is really good.
Scott
Roof is not bad. Yeah. On the
I
note of
leave
late
Roof.
rumors, I thought he was just like a fraud last year because he was playing with McDonough and getting carried. No, he's fine. Like, he's actually just good.
He's actually good. I hated Desmond Fowler though, so I was like, dude, you have to give me someone different or I'm not gonna do it. Because and he was like, well, I don't have anybody, so I just went with the Habs offer.
Dovo.
I like that fucking Latvian though, Messarks. I quite like Messarks. That's why I wanted him the dry deal.
I never even looked at him. I just voted to pass anyway.
He's not like horrible.
Oh yeah, he looks pretty good actually. Hold on.
Yeah, he's quite good. That was
Maybe
a
it's
good deal.
good that you canceled that shit.
No, it would have been a scam. Like,
Yeah.
I will perfectly acknowledge that it would have been a terrible move. A contender can make that move and it's real, but Tampa is no contender. They have like 3 good pieces.
Well, he's a new GM, and I think he's active enough, and he's not like so retarded that I think he'll for sure be a good GM.
Absolutely, dude. Has any team in the last like decade in game been more hurt by mismanagement than Tampa? Holy fuck!
No.
What a rough fucking team to inherit. Like, seriously, I'm glad
They started out with Jazon cheating, and he still sold, like, somehow. Like, Jazon, like, fucked this team somehow. And then after Jazon was my IRL friend, who obviously didn't know how to play the game. And then after that, it was Vesna Buick, who's the dude who decided to rebuild with Point and Vasilevsky on the team.
And then didn't qualify any of the for Point. Like, there are so few pieces left on this team from that trade. It's literally Messargs and a couple seconds.
While we're on the topic of Lightning, you should do the Vasilevsky to Calgary trade tree next, because you can just further prove how fucked Tampa Bay is.
Yeah, it's so rough. Legitimately, they trade Point, they get like 15 assets back, and from that, because of how many players they didn't qualify, they have Oscar Richter, Messargs, a second and a third.
Hey, I actually like Oscar Richter.
Richter's not bad, but that's it.
Yeah. Apparently, according to Chris, Jerry Kettinen is the Kevin Lankinen regen, so a mid-goal. Like, Lankinen was not good in this DB.
He's like 150, yeah. He's like,
and he's the number 1 prospect on my list.
I traded him for Casa. He was my current starter.
Yeah, he was a dump. Like, he was a complete dump. He got like
he's the number 1 prospect, and then Tegan Gates is number 2, and he's
Brandon Saad.
Brandon
Saad was a decent middle 6 winger.
I have Samuel Lamoureux as my number 1 prospect for them.
Same.
Yeah, I also have Lamoureux, then Kettinen, then Gates. That's my
likewise. Yep.
Lamoureux is the 6th best for me. What's my AGM smoking? What?
I mean, I don't have mine fully scouted.
I don't have Lamoureux scouted even. He's
me
like
neither.
more anticipation. He's
Me neither, but he looks dog shit, so I'm not trying to scout him.
For creativity.
Ugh, ugly.
This team has no prospects.
This team has somehow they've been asked for a decade. Like, is there a better mismanagement showcase than this team? They flipped Vasi and Point and have no prospects and have been dog shit forever. Like, this is a rough fucking team to inherit. I'm very glad. I think it's Colton. No, Colton is Preds.
Colton's natural.
It's Lucas.
It's Lucas.
Yeah, Lucas. I'm very glad Lucas is a Lightning fan, because this is maybe the ugliest fucking team to inherit ever. This team sucks.
Yeah.
Tobias Bjornfoot was a waiver wire pickup, and he's second on the defensive chart.
Like, I don't know how this team is this high in the standings. Like,
It's because of Scott Roof and Cole Huckins. It goes a long way. Those are 2
and Aries. Aries has been too.
Yeah, and Aries is a great winger.
Well, they got raped in that Aries trade, though.
That was a slaughter. Yeah, that was. Well, it's really funny because they got slaughtered in it, and then Carolina was like, I can't even pick, so I'll trade this for Cyril Seiler, 1-for-1, the Tampa pick, I think it was.
Yeah, they both got raped in that trade in the end.
They both lost.
Yeah, but a top 10 pick while you're rebuilding for a 27-year-old winger signed to $7 million, like, just don't do that.
Yeah. He's a new GM. He'll get the hang of it. He's active and all that
Yeah.
shit.
Well,
It
at
gives a
least
fuck.
Aries is not old because he'll be on the team still when the rebuild is over, and he's a good asset to have. Like it's
He'll
not.
be good. Yeah.
Hey, at least Aries isn't an unqualified prospect.
That's true, which is like he's a billion times better than all the GMs this team has had.
And he's suffering from that nasty snake bite.
Yes, snake bite.
Wait, what? Jerry Aries got bitten by a snake?
No. Skate bite. But Lucas was asking about it. in
I
the
thought
chat
for
earlier.
a second they had animal injuries in the game, and I was like, "Yo, that's fucking awesome."
I kind of hope there's like this player died. He had like a heart attack.
Yeah, that's
Fucking
not
Yuri
happening.
Fisher
I
him?
get an 11.
Jeez.
One time I got an 11-month injury, like skull fracture.
Yeah, I've seen that where it's like out for a year, skull fracture or like severe post concussion syndrome. I see that for like 2 years.
Yeah.
Like
The old NHL games had a ruptured testicle as an injury, but it was also only for 1 or 2 days. Bullshit.
Yeah.
Ruptured testicle is 1 or 2 days. I'm sorry.
yeah, that is
Yeah,
not.
that I've
ask
missed a
Sammy
while.
Solo, dude. Ask Sammy Solo.
Fucking
Lord
Rick
above.
DiPietro.
Lord of injuries.
Which one? That's got a both.
Fair.
Oh,
Yeah.
and Salo was just
Salo.
notorious. He would go down. Like you'd only get like 50 games out of him.
Yeah, well, DiPietro is the same. Remember, they signed him to like a. He's still getting paid.
Yeah. DiPietro is still getting paid. He retired in like 2010.
Honestly, I don't think I'd even be mad if one of my like top prospects it was like dead, literally. Like if Schneider, it's like he died. Sorry, I wouldn't even be mad.
That would be so funny. We should add that. I want to add like animal attacks now. Like we should have bear attack. Like
Panther attack 6 months.
yeah, snake bite. Add that one. Add like spider bite. Like he's in the hospital. He's got bit by a black widow.
Poor guy. Poor Aries. He'll be back. It was
Black Widow flying. Philadelphia Flyers?
Like wife's having baby. You know what I mean? Like that's
Wife's having
actually-
baby one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up
Philadelphia
is the Flyers.
Flyers.
There's not much to say about the Bolts, really.
The Flyers, I really don't like.
They suck. Like they're very bad.
They don't have anything though. At least the Lightning have like 3 people. This team's
active, though,
empty.
right?
Semi.
They have Carson
Like,
Christie. It's a lot. That's a lot of money. But if they have Carson Christie, it's he's
What are
good.
their metrics? Like where are they ranked?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I forgot that. All right. So I have them expecting to finish at 68 points, 25th in offense, 27th in defense, 23rd in net, with an 893 collectively.
Yeah.
So that's a
They
Knight,
have-
Husko, Hedquist. They have the trio up.
Yeah.
They have
the.
three good prospects.
They do.
They
They're
have-
like legit good too. They're like quite good.
They have Hurdle, they have Ehlers, and then they have Evgeny. What's his name? The Latvian guy in Columbus. What the fuck is his name? Elvis.
Merzlikins.
Elvis
They have that
Merzlikins.
goalie.
I didn't know this was Merzlikins. That's not bad.
So they have I like Sorokins, which is it's funny his name is Sorokin, but he's Merzlikins. Regen. They have him, and they have Jesper Lorentzen as Ehlers, and then they have Marian Kovarchik, who's Hurdle, and I tried to steal Hurdle this deadline, but he wouldn't trade him.
Good fucking call. This guy's
Yeah.
really good. This is a
Yeah.
fantastic prospect. This is one I would rate this guy as one of the best prospects in the league, honestly. Kovarchik, I think this guy's fantastic.
Yeah. I offered him several firsts for him, and he was like, nah, so I was like, all right. But that's all he has. No one on the current NHL roster is good.
They have like vaguely decent assets, some play like Christie is like okay. He's not gonna be good by the time the team is good, is the thing. And he'll just be
He's-
like a boat anchor contract.
No one's
Untradeable
gonna,
contract with 2
no one's
term.
gonna trade for him.
10 mil, Lord above. And
He's
his
got 10
game is already
speed.
bad.
He's got $1 million for every speed he has.
Yeah, Lauritsen could step into the NHL next year. Although, if you're being real, do you want him to? Like, I don't think
Oh.
they're going to be good next year. I don't know how they get.
This team will be dog
Well-
shit. They have 4 AHL centers. Cyril Fontaine is the top center on their depth chart, and he's so bad.
I'm going through their decor. Their decor is either old and usually signed long term. Nils Lundqvist, who hasn't retired yet, is signed till 2040 for
Oh.
six
Oh,
and a
man.
quarter. That brings him until he's 39.
They got some bad
Hey,
contracts.
I actually really like Erwin Richard, though.
He might last.
Montreal Canadian draft pick. Yeah, I traded him for a fucking Noah Cates, and that did not go well.
Oh man, Noah Cates. I remember that guy. He was a Sabres legend too.
Oh no, Colin Adams. Colin Adams is who I traded him for. My mistake.
Oh,
I like Lundqvist too, but like, goddamn, like
That's a lot for a little too long.
for a really old guy on a team that isn't
Hey.
good enough. Like,
Bruno Coons is good.
yeah, they had like a couple good
Another
players
Kings
in there.
legend.
Sorokin
For a bit.
for a little bit. Sorokin's need to get good like now. They need goaltending bad. They have the three-headed monster, and these guys kind of all suck. Like Knight's okay, I guess. He's so old.
Hutsko's low con.
Yeah, Hutsko's low con, and Hedgefist is I think also he's either low con or like fake high con.
Hedquist is low con, and he's the Markstrom regen.
Dirk
Okay,
is a real player.
yeah, they have like a couple guys. Dirk is like not bad. He's like a pretty simple like skating shooting winger. He's pretty good. Like I'd be happy with this dude.
Well, he's scoring. Like, look at his. He's getting 50, 40. He's getting over 40 points or 40.
Not bad. Like yeah, they have assets. They're not like completely decrepit. They have some prospects, but they need a lot of work. Their goaltending, especially Sorokin's needs.
Hey,
He needs
Andy
more years.
Talbot,
I think.
How do you say
Andy Talbot's a
Sorokin's
decent-
first name?
winger.
Yeah, they have a couple decent wingers. Their wingers are pretty good, honestly. I'd be happy with that.
Talbot was in the minors for a good portion of this year too. This is his not NHL debut, but his first season in almost a decade.
Yeah, he played a season way too early and then sat in the AHL for a while. He's been quite good.
Fuck.
I asked about the real reason why I know that is because I asked about Talbot at the beginning of the season. I saw him in the minors. I was like, dude looks kind of sick. Do you he's in the minors. Do you want to get rid of him?
Oh man, dude, they had him playing when he was 18, and he was complete dog shit because he was 18.
Then he played it again.
And
9
wrote
years
him
ago.
off.
Good.
Right.
Nice. I mean,
That's
hey,
development right there. That's the pipeline right there. The Lehigh Valley fandoms. Don't sleep on him.
where are they in the AHL? Actually, that's an interesting thing to talk about with a lot of these.
They
they're
are
in the
mid.
playoffs. They're okay. They're better than mid. I think they're in the playoffs pretty comfortably.
3 points in the
Yeah.
playoff spot.
They're 3 points in.
Yeah. God damn. What is wrong with the fucking conferences in this? The divisions, rather. My God.
Yeah, Charlotte's at their heels, 3 points back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
I
in
really-
the division with Providence.
And Hershey. And Hershey is the Caps. Caps don't have their AHL team and
Hershey is
UCHL team
better
is
than
back rows.
Providence.
Tyler
And that's-
Yamamoto is still playing.
Oh my
His
God.
physicals are so fucking bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have wingers. They have a lot of. I like their wingers quite a bit, but they have no
I
center.
would take
and-
their wingers if Carson Christie didn't have a shit contract, but his contract like ruins him as a player.
Yeah. Dirk is not bad. Talbot, you're right. Kuhn's not bad. But yeah, they need. It's
Tim
going to be a
Johansson.
while.
There's not a lot of good. There's some decent, not bad options here.
Yes,
Oh,
they
yeah.
have a lot of picks.
I think they can build around those three players, and he's got 3 seconds. He's got a first. I think if he can get some good prospects this round, I think he
Yeah,
at least have a team to.
Yeah.
Maybe some lotto luck and get a McDavid region.
yeah, he could just lotto. Yeah, we're
Yeah.
in the lotto range. This guy, the Philly is what 25th in the league, so they have pretty decent odds.
You think I'm not gonna rig the lotto?
for you, rig it for me. I gave you your first bet. Come on, man.
There's no way you can do it. I'm gonna ask you to move your mouse around and shit like that. I'm gonna make sure you show me the time. Full page bit.
I
Yeah,
am
I'll-
right now.
Well, I always live stream it. I'll live stream it again. It'll be a legit lotto, and the Buffalo Sabres will pick first overall and take Ellie's Lindholm region. So,
Oh, rig me to second then. I'll take it.
okay.
Deal. I'll take fucking Van Voort every time. Or for
Okay.
If you could make my 5th round pick, the only pick I have, 3rd overall, that'd be ideal. But no pressure.
If you want me to make your 5th round pick 3rd overall.
If you could.
If you
That
just,
sounds like a little difficult.
yeah, hop into whoever wins 3rd and Montreal and just do a quick little swap. They won't notice.
Yeah, they won't notice.
Be real sly about it, Alrighty, the Islanders.
You know what else I don't notice? The New York Islanders.
Hey!
What a strange team. This is the second year in a row they've had a player who I'm like, oh my God, he's having the best year ever for no reason. Ottinger was so good.
Ottinger, like when I was doing the power rankings, it was like Islanders were 30th in offense, 30th in defense, first in net minding, month after month. And the team stats overall, guess what? 30th in offense, 29th in defense, 5th in goaltending. But that's probably because, Ottinger hasn't been there for a
Because
little
now it's
bit now.
Valentin, yeah.
Right.
Henrik
And-
Borgstrom.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
No, yeah, this team is rough. They got a lot of fucking assets. They got really good prospects. I love Charbonneau. We had this discussion once.
Yeah.
I think Charbonneau is like a superstar. I love this dude.
Charbonneau's really
That's
good.
right, yeah.
But
I
Man.
was about to think that Stanislas Richard was about to destroy the league when he was drafted, and he's a healthy scratch right now for them.
he shouldn't be. I don't know why.
He shouldn't be, no,
He's
but
not that
like
good either. He's like
he's
a
also
normal-
not. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
not anything special. Like I thought he was
Yeah.
going to destroy worlds.
They
No,
didn't
well-
qualify Logan Marceau, who's another guy like Richard, but better, and he's on the Hawks now. He's really good.
Yeah. They have Stanislas Richard is their biggest fucking star in their report. I'm sorry. That's so funny.
Hey, look at Nathan Prevost on the prospects. 19-year-old, like already really good.
They have good specs. Yeah, they have like legitimately really good specs. I think they've drafted pretty well. I love
Hopefully they
Charbonneau.
stay on the team because there's nobody who bleeds unsigned and RFAs more than the Islanders do. They never sign their people.
Was it the same GM or was it an older GM?
It's been Byron for
It's
years.
been Byron for a while, yeah.
I sure hope he doesn't lose fucking Well, you know what? A part of me kind of hopes he loses Charbonneau and I sign him because I love Charbonneau. I think he's like a superstar.
The
They got this guy
Islanders-
like 5th overall, and I was like, you won the draft. Well done.
Yeah, they've only made the playoffs 3 times in our sim since 2022.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I mean, they're not very good. They have pieces, kind of, not really on the roster, honestly.
They have futures. I mean, I don't think they're in
They have
the
futures.
present days, anyways.
No, God, no. I mean, they're
Frank
what, fourth worst
Podjapinski's in
league.
their top-rated defenseman on
He's
IMDb.
fantastic. How many picks do they have? They have 2 firsts, 2 thirds, 2 fourths, a 5th, a 6th, and a 7th this year. And next year, just normal, 1 through 7. Okay. Well, they got the 2 firsts. I mean, one of them is San Jose first, so that's not great. But
Yeah, they've got some picks. They've got some prospects. They've got like other than Richard and Loris Gautran, like nothing on the NHL roster though.
yeah, their roster itself is very good. Oh, Charbonneau was the Schneider draft year. Never mind. Charbonneau should have gone 2nd. I'm a huge truther for this guy though. I
I
really love
picked
Charbonneau.
Schneider first, and then
Dallas picked Wolframe. Columbus picked Rodriguez, and then it was Charbonneau.
I would. Yeah, Rodriguez is one I was like, "What the fuck are you doing?" I would have for sure taken Charbonneau or something. But now Rodriguez looks pretty good. So what am I
mean-
saying?
Honestly, this draft looked pretty good already.
I
Right.
almost took Wolframe first overall instead of Schneider.
Oh, thank you for
No.
not. No, Tataryn went 6th.
7th
Angus
or
traded
6th.
down. Yeah, Angus traded.
Angus traded down with me. I picked Schneider with that pick. And then I traded for the Tatarin pick as well from 13th with the Red Wings. I traded from
Angus
13th to
was
7th.
Angus was gonna take Charbonneau if he ended up picking with that. That's interesting. I really
Okay.
like Charbonneau. I think he's like one of the best prospects in the league. I think he's like a 1C inevitably.
He looks
Oh,
like
yeah.
he could
He's-
at least be like a 2-3C already, you know?
Yeah, he could step
He's
in
good.
right now,
Yeah.
but they shouldn't step.
They
in.
shouldn't. No. But like capability-wise, yes. Ideally, no.
If he can play, he should be in the NHL.
You think? I think the
Absolutely.
team-
If
I
you
think
put him on the
that-
team and you give him his 9 games and he's at a 7 or his morale is okay and he's close to 7, I'm keeping him there.
That makes sense. Yeah, I do often give guys like shots like that where you give them a little bit, and if they struggle, you just send it back down. Because his morale, I assume he's content in fucking Bridgeport. Where is Bridgeport in the standings? They're not in the playoffs right now, actually.
I was about to say Connecticut, but that wasn't the answer you were asking for.
Oh,
No, yeah, they're
the game is about to crash. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
Yeah, it just crashed.
Well, the last team's Ottawa, and like, do we really need to look at Ottawa anyways? You know,
What sucks?
they suck.
Ottawa sucks. They're
Yeah.
bad.
I got them.
I'm-
Let's see,
I'm
25th
guessing
in
you guys
offense,
did the West
27th
already.
in defense.
We did. Oh no,
23rd in
West
goalie.
will be.
West is
We'll do
tomorrow.
West tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a tomorrow
Yeah,
problem.
we're going one by one. But yeah, Ottawa is terrible. They've made a lot of moves. They're rebuilding. I don't know how their prospect pool is the only thing.
They
is-
have who the fuck is it? I looked at this recently. Cause I was gonna trade for Evershin, who's also a decent player, but he's like
yeah, he's getting up there. The thing with Aversion is I think, well, I don't know how far Ottawa is. It might be so fucked that they need, by the time they're good again, Aversion will not be good. Because he's
Yeah.
already getting up there.
Well,
And
I didn't
they're-
want to give him anything for Evershin because he's so old. I was like, this guy's decent. This was before I got my first back, so I was like, I need to like stay afloat and make the playoffs, but without selling the future. So I offered him a third for Evershin, and he was like, maybe, and then never got back to me. And then
Is
I
Something-
Aversion
ended up.
expiring?
Something I noticed about Aversion
No.
specifically is that he takes a crazy amount of penalties.
Yeah, I noticed that too. He's always like league leader in penalties. I don't
Like-
know what's up with.
That was like when I was doing my my classwork for when I was doing my classwork and using statistics. Like Aversion was always like the outlier for that.
Yeah, no, he takes a fuckload. He's always at like 80 penalty minutes a year. I don't know what's with that. It's very strange. I forget what his role is. Isn't it like physical goal scoring or something?
Yes.
Maybe,
he
but he also
really
doesn't
is.
have a lot of hits either. Like, and this is data that's 2 years old. But I have Aversion at the highest
Good to go,
penalty
girl.
minutes per 60, but like middle of the pack for hits.
All right, thanks, Joe. When you're out, it's ready.
No, yeah. The thing with Aversion, yeah, is it's probably that he has that one hidden of fucking dirtiness at like
Right.
I'm out.
he's probably just a rat
All right.
bastard.
Thanks, Joe.
hmm
All right, I'm looking at the Ottawa now. Who is
Tim
that
Neville.
prospect?
Bob Neville from last draft. pick,
Oh,
second
Bob
overall.
Neville is the guy. Yeah, he looks really
Neville.
good.
Yeah, he's good. I was not gonna pick
Icon
him
and big
second.
games.
He's fucking
Oh,
good.
they have a lot of injuries. You know, too.
Oh man, really?
Yeah.
As if they needed that shit. This team isn't good without injuries.
Eric
They have
Brandstrom,
two goalies, second and third on the prospect list after Neville.
Eric
Interesting.
Brandstrom, the waiver wire I forgot to pick up.
Oof.
I claimed him in Discord. Never picked him up and just forgot.
That's happened to me too, honestly. Where I
Wait. How long ago? He's been on Ottawa his whole career.
Oh, I know, right? It would have been like fucking 5. Like Ruby was still in charge. I want to say it was like one of the times the Ottawa had like cap problems.
The last time Eric Brandstrom played an AHL game was 7 years ago, Drew.
Oh, it's been it was something I forgot to pick up forever ago. And at this point, it's like it's not fair to pick at this point. You know, I can't be like,
for free
hey,
now.
can I get
Yeah.
Brandstrom now? You know, like no.
Blame
Tilly
them.
still has a job in the NHL.
Noted draft bust, Adam Fantilli.
Let me see if I could probably find out.
Wait, yeah, what the fuck? Adam Fantilli's still around?
Yeah,
I mean, Ottawa, yeah, like
Oh, he played 5 years in France, and then now he's back.
back with a vengeance. Yeah, I like that one goalie they picked last draft too, Nick Reed. I think Reed is like
Who's Rita and Rustem? The fuck is his last name? Rustem Chernov.
Chernov. Yeah,
Those two
I
are
don't
probably
know.
good regens.
I don't know.
Demon looks like he could be good too. Maybe.
I claimed Eric Brandstrom July 8th, 2022. Is it a little late
Holy
to
shit!
to put it in?
Yeah, I think at this point he's Ottawa's
It's the
again.
Senators at this point, right? Yeah.
No. I think you should message the Senate GM,
Antonio?
8 months ago in real life, I claimed this guy. Can you give it to me now?
You give it to me for free, you fucking idiot.
Yeah.
That'd be so fucked up. No,
Which guy?
I like Brandstrom for free.
Oh,
Yeah, this prospect, this roster is decrepit. Like it's so bad.
Mandalese is always
crazy.
really high on my goalie analytics, but that's just because Mandalese plays so much that
Yeah,
they get right.
They run
Because
like
they had
a horse.
Ruby who checked the season once a season on July 2nd every year, and then never was back.
had 78 games played and 33, 34, then 72 the year before that.
And the year after,
He
16.
broke the record. What the fuck?
Hey, he was playing
78.
70-game seasons in Colorado too, so he's played a fuck ton.
This guy is a horse, dude. He has 1,000 total games and he's like 32. No wonder he's
600 in the
already
NHL.
falling off. 35. What the fuck? What a legend.
He's retiring at the end of the year though.
Oh well, good for him. He's played too much. Dude needs a break. Fucking Christ. No, yeah, I like their. I remember Anton Topolnicki, this guy, because he's one of the guys I signed and got the cap penalty the second I joined. I distinctly remember
Yeah.
that because I signed him for I think 2x5, so I still have like 600,000 on my books until forever.
Yeah, dude. I should have. That's the one year I didn't post a reminder, and this happened, and I was like, God
and it's the
damn
one
it.
where I joined the fucking league on July 1st.
Yeah, you. Oh, fuck me. Every free agency, I always remind people that. And then this year, I just forgot to. And it's the year I had a new guy. And of course, you did it. And I was like, God damn it,
Yeah,
dude.
you had a
fuck.
new guy at UFA, like
Yeah.
best time. Oh man, what a disaster! I'm disappointed that I didn't win worst off season for that. I'm still mad. That was so deserved.
You should have, dude. You would have won an award. I don't. Who won it? Logan.
I won
Just for
that
the
year.
memes?
No, it was. I think it was Calgary because they lost Owen Power.
Oh, right. That was the maybe that was the offseason they lost Power.
Okay, Owen Power is like
Listen,
good
they lost
now, but
Power.
like who cares? You have like a huge buyout penalty for no reason. That's obviously the pick.
I think it was that they lost Power because of the hurricane, as in
Yes,
like they
they got
didn't.
stolen.
Right.
They
It was
lost
more than just Power.
and
They lost Power and they lost Power. Right. That I was trying to say that.
They lost
Yeah.
Power and Lambert in that offseason
Right.
because they lost Power. And
I'm Lambert.
yeah, and they were still fine. Like they were still completely
Yeah.
fine. No, I got robbed, man. I'm mad.
Oh wait, I'm Jordan. Is he still here?
Yeah, what's up?
Did you traded away Mendeley to the Avs like a long time ago, right?
Yeah, that's a really old trade.
Was it you who messaged me like asking about that trade, like whether it was good or not?
Yeah, probably.
I think you did, and I remember telling you that I thought Mandalese like sucked ass, and you were like, should I trade Mandalese to the Avs for this? I think he's gonna be a really good goalie, and I was like, nah, you should totally do it. That guy's dog shit. He's gonna be a bust. You should. That's a scam. And now he's still playing in the NHL. Like,
To be fair, he's
Didn't
still
he win a
playing,
cup?
but
Should
he
he
was
be?
good for a few years actually.
Wasn't Aversion an unranked pick?
Yeah, Aversion was an unranked first round pick. And
It's a year
sixth
one pick
overall.
though. I know he's a real
Yeah.
player, and like I know, like I've looked at the DBs before, and like I know he's like a highly rated DB player, but like
Yeah, he rolled high as fuck evidently.
This time,
'cause
yeah.
He's still in the league and he's still
because I think he's like a -14 or a -15. I can't tell.
No,
I
yeah,
don't
even
remember.
this year, I checked his penalty minutes. 79 penalty minutes through 71 games. He takes a fuckload of penalties.
It's crazy that 79 penalty minutes is a fuckload.
In this day and age,
Right?
we're not
It's so weird.
anymore.
No tie domies.
Yeah.
The most penalty minutes is Corey Roy on the Hurricanes, though.
Ex Minnesota Wild player. I shouldn't let this guy go, but whatever.
A
He takes
physical.
100 penalty minutes. What
It
the
was
fuck?
up until like
He looks like a good
January.
depth player, though. Actually,
It was up until like January. I collectively had less penalties than Corey Roy did.
wait, the fuck, Matty Kanpa on Boston
The
is
5'5" player.
yeah, 5'5" guy is next.
He has 90 penalty. And bitch, you're 5'5". Literally, what are you doing other than slashing people?
Yeah,
Fucking
what the-
asshole.
Does he have any fights? Who's the fight
Right.
leader?
Oh man, I don't even know where to check fights.
Let's look at. You
I
just
got it.
click the arrow to the right and you go down.
All the way.
And
It's at the
fights.
very end.
Yeah.
Kahanpa does not have a major penalty in the season.
He just has taken 45 minors. Okay.
35 minors, yeah. And let's see, Ben McCartney has won a fight for your Minnesota Wild. Johan
Yes.
Blais and Michael Mora are your 3 fight winners.
There's only 6 fights, and so. Oh wait,
3
Michael
fights.
Marrera, let's
There's only
go!
3 fights
Yeah,
because
one on
there's
each
2
of our
combatants.
teams. Wow. Ben McCartney waiver pickup that because I was desperate for wingers on my dog shit roster.
Hey, there's 2 Blues players in the fights, and they both lost.
Fucking losers. Wait, which ones?
Brandon Coe, who's only played 2 games, so he got in a fight.
Hell yeah, way to go, Brandon Coe, you know?
He got his ass beat so hard he's just out
And
of the
Sean
league now.
Michael Cloutier, or Blues Wild.
Buddy is getting paid $10.65 million to get his ass whooped in one fight that is 2
Hell
games.
yeah.
You know what?
Yeah,
7 point, however,
been paid $5 million per NHL game he's played.
7.5 AVR. You know, you can't.
I really hope the fight was McCartney beating up Cloutier for how dog shit he was on my roster.
Is there a way to check who fought who? I want to do that.
I
You
wish.
could probably check in the games.
Dude, Cloutier last year, I just want to mention, he had 72 penalty minutes. He played every game and was minus 25 with 18 points and a 6.2 rating. He's
How
so
does
bad.
Brandon Coe have a good average rating in 2 games with 1 fight? He has 6 shots blocked too in 2 games. He's blocking
Fucking
shots out there.
generator. Wow.
This dude should be playing more. Who's the Chris? Go in the Blues and put Brandon Coe in the
Go
lineup.
cheat. It's
No.
technically still Logan, right? Or no?
No,
he's technically already gone.
it's Chris's both of them until the season ends. Then
Wow.
he's just the Blues.
Just the Blues. Okay.
He can't trade between the two of them, right? So it's not an issue. Otherwise I would have. Right.
Oh wow, McTavish for a 7th. Oh,
Technically, you're not touching his roster, but you are responsible for keeping 20 dressed, and they have an injury, so you have to go change something. And I'm recommending you put in Brandon Coe.
yeah. And then we'll talk about the Blues whenever we get to the West, because they're.
That's gonna be a long chat.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of teams in the West. I think the West has less teams, but a lot of the bottom of the West I think is more interesting than the bottom of the East, because like the teams like the Islanders and the Sens are like, yeah, you have no assets, you're nothing.
The
Everyone
East is
below
mostly
Pittsburgh
set.
is just
for
like
the
you
most
suck.
part.
Yeah. To be fair, yeah, low in the standings in general is not the most interesting conversation. Either way, that's the East for now. We got through the whole East.
Yay!
Next up is the West.
Next up, the West, and then we'll do the West tomorrow, right?
Indeed, we will.
Yep. Tomorrow
All right.
night.
Well, hasta luego, guys.
All right.